Major B on this track.
Yeah.
Baby mama terrorist. BMT. It's my baby mama. I'm on child support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in coke. It's my baby mama. She be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddies and doing setups. It's my baby mama. I'm on child support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in coke. It's my baby mama. She be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddies and doing setups. It's my baby mama. I'm on child support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in coke. It's my baby mama. She be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddies and doing setups. It's my baby mama. I'm on child support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in coat. It's my baby mama, she be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddies, and doing setups. Riding around, try to play the Romans, innocent with an evil soul. In public, wearing fake hellos. Behind closed doors, she rocked them horns. I moved on, she wanna teach me a lesson. Can't see my kids, man, I'm stressing. Couldn't see my son to give me his present. She got married to teach me a lesson. Telling people she did nothing wrong. Knowing that well since I moved on. Thought that money would keep me home. Hell no, bitch, I'm gone. I don't know what you lost your mind. Try to say my name, but I know your kind. Saying I'm a deadbeat, bitch, you lying. Fighting in court, man, I'm trying to be a father to my kids. She focus on the wrong shit, worried about another being instead of us co-parenting. Put my kids in grown folks' business, telling them lies, bitch, you wicked. Split personality, oh yeah, you twisted. Never thought I'd go through this. It's my baby mama, I'm on child support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in coat. It's my baby mama, she be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddies, and doing setups. It's my baby mama, I'm on child support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in coat. It's my baby mama, she be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddies, and doing setups. It's my baby mama, I'm on child support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in coat. It's my baby mama, she be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddies, and doing setups. It's my baby mama, I'm on child support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in coat. It's my baby mama, she be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddies, and doing setups.
All stand, please. Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes. This honorable court now stands adjourned, sine die. God save the state and this honorable court.
Yeah. You may be seated, motherfuckers. Man, it's going to be a good laugh today. It's going to be a good laugh today. It's going to be a motherfucking laugh, a good laugh all through this motherfucker with truth, with facts, and just, making these fake ass queens look like they normally do. They only worth $5 any motherfucker way, but look stupid and broke. Shout out to the baby mama Terrace Bounty Hunters. And I'm your host, Mr. Palmer. And what we're going to talk about today is yes, when black men who talk about this unjust system, who talk about child support or even getting screwed by the baby mama terrorists, when they go to court, ask for equal parenting time, a lot of these fake ass queens would turn around and say, use condoms, should have picked better and all that shit. So we're going to definitely do a good dialogue in the percentage of these so-called men that should have wore condoms. And since they want to stereotype black men as being the face of being deadbeats and not trying to be fathers, running for child support, ain't worth a damn. We're gonna come with some actual facts, and I'm gonna do this from a Obsidian perspective. Shout out to him. Those who don't know him, he's in the black manosphere, and he's been around for a while, long while actually. You know what I'm saying? Talked to him, been on the platform a couple of times on other people's YouTube. Good brother, and he put it out there. Shout out to Ron Dixon for sending it to me because I was looking for the actual, it was from the CDC, but Ron Dixon sent it to me so I can have it because I couldn't find the shit. And just so happened that Obsidian did a video about it a while back. And actually a couple of days ago, Ramil, shout out to my boy Ramil, actually talked about it, but he talked about another standpoint. And why these fake black queens or the media and everybody else trying to sit back and say, oh, you a deadbeat. Black men are deadbeat. Most of black men ain't trying to be fathers and all that fuck shit. This is going to shut their ass down. The reason why I want y'all to know this, because when y'all talk about child support to these fake ass queens, I want you to be able to show them or let them know this is what the stats says, since you're talking about black men having kids all over the place. But the problem is these fake ass queens chose to get with that Pookie or that Ray Ray or the guy who do have multiple kids in the neighborhood. You chose that, or you chose to have your degrees, make 6 figures, and get with somebody that's making $10,000 a year because you thought you could change this motherfucker. And then when he got tired and she decided to leave, now you run a child support and call him deadbeats and alienate and everything else, because that's what y'all hoes good for. The only reason why I'm not talking about a baby mama terrorist and the Karens and everybody else, only because when it comes to these fake ass queens, these the main ones that try to set us up for failure. Yeah, you got the white supremacy. Yeah, you got the white man. You got them motherfuckers over there. But before you get to them motherfuckers over there, you got the right hands, which are these fake ass queens. Like I told y'all before, the main ones be hollering about Black Lives Matter, got their fists in the air, and we support our kangs and all that shit. Them the ones got the man on child support, setting them up for failure. Like I said, you got to watch out for these fake ass queens. I ain't talking about the real mothers. I ain't talking about the real black women. I ain't talking about the real queens. I'm talking about the ones that support their kangs. Talk that bullshit. And like, matter of fact, what made me talk about this used condom shit, I was on the Star Report some days ago, and I knew the majority wasn't gonna side with me. I knew the majority was gonna say deadbeat ain't trying to be a father and all that shit. Of course, it comes with the territory. That's why I tell y'all I'm for the minority. I'm not for the majority. The majority's gonna side with the system. And some motherfucker, the first thing came out when I talked about it was wear condoms, or you should have wore condoms. And it was one of them fake ass queens. Then you had the simple forces saying the pull-out game week and all that shit. But that comes with the territory. And I want to give a shout out to the Star Report because, like I told y'all, the majority is gonna be like, nah, fuck him, deadbeat, whatever, run up child support. But it's gonna be quite a few that's gonna inbox me, hit me up, follow the page, follow the Instagram and everything else, which it happened. So in due time, I'll come back on there again. And another reason why I'm doing is because I think it was Dana that came on there. One of his colleagues, she got her own platform. She do stuff with Judge Joe Brown. And she agreed with everything I said, except the part that she say majority of men don't want to be fathers because she went through it and he didn't want to be a father. And people need to get the mindset out there, because you had a deadbeat, that's, you call them deadbeats. You want to use your situation to justify every other black man or every other man. That's bullshit. And her logic with that was, some of y'all, she said, many of y'all, most of y'all do not want to be civil and try to come to common ground. So we got to run to the courts. And like I said, these fake ass pro-black niggas, these simple forces, and these fake ass queens holler white supremacy all day long. But when it comes down to this particular white supremacy, which is child support, they say that's a good thing to have, boss. I appreciate this because I need to put my kang on child support. And I hate the rest of the bullshit system, but when it comes to that, oh man, I love this. They don't talk about it. You see what I'm saying? So we're gonna definitely get this shit in order, and we're gonna, goddamn it, put these fake ass black queens up for trial. And they're gonna be guilty. I'm telling you, they guilty because they are guilty. They're guilty for running to the courts for fair relationships. They're guilty for alienation. They're guilty for lying, trying to make the man look bad. They're guilty for not taking no accountability. And I'm just keeping it real. This shit been coming out. This shit been going on for a long time, but now it's definitely coming out. And people are seeing the light. A lot of women are coming out saying they don't hold no accountability. We saw that with the Kevin Samuels when I put it on the platform talking about that. They don't. But we're going to cook. But before we get to start, I want to give a shout out to the people that's in here. Got to give a shout out to Jaleel. Got to give a shout out to Stevie G. Got to give a shout out to Mr. Scorpion King. My boy Leroy from the West Coast, Cali. Got the bailiff, Gamers Lives Matter. Angry Bus Driver. Got the district attorney, Gail Lockett. And yeah, she says, please click the like button. And I appreciate if y'all do. Shit, it's quite a bit of people here. I want to give a shout out to my boy Re-Up. Shout out to A.O. Fake Phantom. The one JP. I'll give a shout out to Damon. Give a shout out to C. Harris. Oh, Dana's miserable. Hey man, it is what it. I ain't got no problem. I don't know too much about her. You know what I mean? But I'm just gonna hear to call out the truth because I'm tired of the stereotype. They've been calling this stereotype. That's why I made fuck child support because, like I said, I wasn't even going through my situation. But a lot of people got the stereotype that men don't want to be fathered, and then they use the black man as the face. Even Barack Obama at the end was talking about. Even he said in the beginning or at the end that black men need to do better and be fathers with his bitch ass. That's why I regret vote for that motherfucker twice. He didn't do shit for the black community, but everybody told me he was the best president in the world. Fuck out of here. Want to give a shout out to Michael, and also he give out a $1.99 super chat. Appreciate you, my brother. And to let y'all know, like I say, the worst baby mama tears is the Karens. But next in line is these fake ass black queens. Then it go from there. That's just my personal opinion. Now, this topic, we only talking about the black baby mama tears, because, you know, baby mama tears come in all forms. But since we the face of being deadbeats and we having kids out of wedlock all the time and we not taking care of our kids and we got a bunch of kids all over the world and shit, we're going to set this shit straight. And I want y'all to know that after this, you let these bitches know that you don't know what the fuck you talking about. And it's just a shame to attack it anyway, you know. And that's why I say we have to change the law of the man. We got to call this shit out. And if you got your proof, you tell your proof. You tell your story. You have your receipts. They don't have receipts. That's why I told you. Even though I'm coming out with my truth and everything else, they cannot call me a lie. So what they do? Oh, you just a deadbeat. You just whining about child support. Yeah, fuck child support. So you call that whining? I'm whining, motherfucker. But let's talk about this legit shit that I say about these baby mama terrorists, especially you black ones. Gotta give a shout out to Mike Perkins, my boy Pride in the building. Shout out to my boy Hero. The one JP for the $4.99 donation. BMTs are the new enemy of men. And that's why a lot of men are not getting married. That's why they're not even having kids. And if they do, they get a surrogate. They're doing it the right way. They're not going. So people are starting to see the light, because you're getting set up for failure, having a kid with this motherfucker or getting married to this motherfucker. And then you fucked up and government daddy got you. So yeah, I'm not mad at y'all. See, Harris say Brock doesn't have no church. Probably don't. I probably don't. Don't give a fuck. Shout out to Fasting Is Life. It is. Fasting Is Life. It is. Man, we got 58 people up in here. We got 46 likes. That's what's up. It's like shit, 85, 90%. Let's get the likes up just a little bit more. Real says Bill Clinton, 1998, Deadbeat Parents Punishment Act made back child support a felony offense. Yeah, that's true. We're gonna talk about that too. The thing is, this system is not gonna change. They gonna keep this $51 billion business going, and that's cool. That's why we over here changing laws and putting out our truth, spreading awareness for others not to get in this situation, because it is preventable. You know, why these stupid bitches want to make excuse and say, you know, well, he the one knocked me up and all that shit. Nah, we not going, because we not even gonna have sex with your funky ass. We not even gonna slip our dicks in you because you not even worth a fuck. So we don't want to take a chance of the counter breaking on you lying, saying about you got pills and your IUDs and all that shit, because we're gonna have higher values, because we're gonna love ourselves and not get in no situation like this. But I'm gonna go ahead and this was from Obsidian, like I say, but it's from the CDC. This is back in 2013, I believe.
And that leads me to the
yes, that's him. We're gonna get it started. And I want y'all now he gonna let you know, which I want y'all to see it for yourself, because I know, you know, motherfuckers do be lying and shit. You know, but I want y'all to see it before you even start the shit. This from the CDC. If you look up here, it says 40% of black men are unmarried and childless. A lot of y'all probably didn't know that, because let's be real. I came from the hood. Now I didn't hear all this in my neighborhood, but I was in the hood. But other people been in a certain part up in the hood where that one dude had like 5 different kids from 5 different women in the neighborhood. You know, she had multiple kids from multiple dudes in the neighborhood. So if you just living in the hood, and you ain't going nowhere, you ain't traveling out, you ain't doing no research because you don't care, you living your life. you're gonna think that in the neighborhood, and that's all you know is the hood, that yeah, black men do have multiple kids out of wedlock or have a bunch of kids and don't take care of their kids because that's all you see. But when you start doing statistics and learn the reality, you really all into it. That's how I started to learn. I didn't know all this, but I started to learn this shit, you know. But look up here. This from the CDC. This ain't from something I created, nothing like that. It says 43% of black men are unmarried and childless. That's almost 50%. Now, remind you, check my cash app. Hold on. My man, want to give a shout out to Don D for the $10 donation. He said, for the cash app, he said, for the condoms. My man, one more time, man. Hey, anybody want to do a cash app? It's right there on the bottom. MrPalmerD4S. The D4S stands for do for self. Also earlier today, since I'm looking, my boy XL Pro sent a $5 donation at 9:04 in the morning. He said showing support. I appreciate you also, brother. I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my boy Christian George. What's up, Pride? You know, we got a lot of the breeze. Got some breeze up in here for Chicago. But I want y'all to look at it again. 43% of black men are unmarried and childless. Can't y'all understand where I'm coming from? A lot of these baby mama tears sit back and say, a lot of these black men are having a bunch of kids and not take care of them, not being a father and all that shit. That's what I used to hear. Well, I hear that now. When I really came out with this page, that's when I started seeing motherfuckers with it for what they are. You know, people that you grew up with, you never would have thought. And you talk about this, it changed a whole nother dynamic. These motherfuckers say that all black men are having a bunch of kids and not take care of their kids and all that shit. 43% of black men are unmarried and childless. This is back in 2013. Unmarried and childless. Not just I'm not married, but I got a bunch of kids. Unmarried and childless. So that right there, when a bitch tell you that black men are having kids all over the place, tell them you're a motherfucking lie. Almost 50% of black men are unmarried and childless. And this is back in 2013. And with all this MGTOW and red pill and the manosphere, the black manosphere going on, more men and young men are not getting married or even having kids. But yet they sit back and say that all black men and these black men are having kids and ain't doing shit and pumping and dumping with oopsies and shit. You know what I'm saying? Michael say he ain't Karens because he's a white dude. And you know what? Like I tell y'all, Karens are the worst baby mama tears, but the run-up is these black-ass fake queens. And the only reason why I'm not talking about the white Karens because I ain't looking to the statistic with that because I'm a black dude and I'm looking at the black female. So if any white dude or Hispanic got some statistics that y'all want to talk about on these Karens, please send it to me because they are the worst. They are the worst. So that's why I tell you, baby mama tears come in all forms. But yeah, 43% of black men are unmarried and childless. So when these motherfuckers tell, that's just off the rips. When these motherfuckers say niggas ain't doing it but having a bunch of kids, these motherfuckers on these fake ass queens on YouTube trying to shame the black men and having kids and all that shit, they're a motherfucking lie. Just like Cynthia G came out and say men just have kids and don't want to be bothered and be a father, but yet she don't talk about the dude that she had a kid with that had 5 kids from 3 different baby mamas selling Tariq Nasheed bootleg DVDs in the streets. And he's supposed to be pro-black. We support our queens. But that's why I say they run off at the mouth. They have no proof. They have no logic. They just want to shame you to shut your mouth and just make you look bad. But when you come with some truth and facts, then the only thing they could do is continue to talk shit. So I'm going to play this and we're going to go from there. This is Obsidian, y'all. And for those who don't know who he is, like I say, he talk about the black men and uplift and everything else. Me and him got a lot of agreement on a lot of things. And if y'all not subscribe to him, subscribe to him. Let's get this thing rolling. It's only 17 minutes. Let's get this thing started.
And that leads me to the topic of this podcast.
And yes, fair use. Yes, Mike, thank you. Fair use.
Right here, ladies and gentlemen. Now, as you can see on the screen, you see yet again one of my very simple pie charts. I like.
Hey, Mr. Scorpio King said, really? Only 43? I thought it was more than that. It might be. Remember, this is from 2013. So it's not 2020. So it might be more. That's what I'm saying. More black men are not having kids or they're not getting married. So, like I said, this 2013. So you can imagine now what it is. It might be over 50%. It might be. But I couldn't find actual stat for 2020 or 2019. So I had to go with what I got. And that alone, 2013, these bitches lying. So let's get this thing started. Even if it's 43%, still, bitch, stop lying. Let's continue.
To use very simple graphics to make the case when we're talking about using data and sources. This comes from a comment. Speaking of my interview I did last night with Hardcore Tito on Obsidian Radio.
Michael say 55%. If you can, do me a favor. Send me if you got it. Email me the stats, and I'll put that up too. Please send it to me. If you got it.
Live stream show. This comes from a comment by a brother by the name of Simon Du Bois. Simon Du Bois wrote last night in the comments section. He says 24% of U.S. black men are unwed fathers. According to my calculations from a recent survey of 15 to 44-year-old black men, 6% of married black men in the United States marry outside the race. 43% of black men are unmarried and childless. 24% of black men are unmarried and have children. And
so you heard what he said. 24% of black men are unmarried and have children. So like me, baby daddy. This is like a lot of us. Baby daddy. Well, I can't say a lot no more. It's only 24%. So I apologize. I can't say a lot of us. It's some of us. 24% of black males are unmarried and baby daddies. Now that don't mean that because you're a baby daddy, you're not taking care of your kids or you're not trying to take care of your kids. But only 24% of black men are unmarried but have kids. You see what I'm saying? And like he said before, 6% of black men are married interracially. So when a lot of these fake ass queens sit back and say, this 2013, these fake ass queens say, well, they like to get with Becky, Hispanics, Asian. It's only 6%. But even if he did do it, so fucking what? I don't give a fuck who the fuck he married. I'd rather him marry an Asian than some fake ass queen that's trying to set you up for failure. And don't get me wrong, back in the day, I used to be like, man, I'm against interracial and all that shit. But like I said, I ain't dealing with these wannabe black ass fake queens. That changed my whole format. See, so that's why a lot of men, black men and other men are going overseas, somewhere else find their wives or find they queen, they soulmate and shit, because they don't want to deal with the bullshit with these baby mama terrorists. So I want y'all to see that again. 6% of black men marry interracially. 6%. That's not a lot shit, but they sit back and say that's all we do. And the 24% black men are married with kids. Don't say he take care of the kid or not, but 24%. That's not a lot of black men having kids out of wedlock though. But let's continue. And my brother, I saw what he said. My brother Scorpion, Mr. Scorpio said 60%. It might be. If y'all got it, please inbox me and I can put it out there, even in the community or on YouTube. I can put it out on Instagram because I'm tired of the lies and the bullshit that these hoes want to portray about black men. Let's continue.
40% of black women are unmarried and mothers. He goes are unmarried and have children.
Now I wanted you to hear what he said about the mothers. Now this is us. 24% black men are unmarried and have kids. Now watch what he say about the statistic of these baby mama terrorists.
Children. And 40% of black women are unmarried and mothers.
40% of black women are unmarried and mothers. But yet they make a big ass spectacle about these black men, 24%. That are unmarried with kids, but you 40% motherfuckers All the main ones talking about these black deadbeats and low lives having kids all over the place and everything else. Y'all motherfuckers cease to amaze me. Let's continue.
He goes on. Roughly 24% of black men are responsible for 40% of unwed mothers. But more or less, all women support a campaign to blame all black men, and particularly the less than 6% of men who marry outside the race. He then says, figures are based on this, the CDC National Health Statistics Report, April 12, 2012. Black men aged...
My bad, this was an 80-12, not 13, 80-12.
Is 15 to 44 that are married, which is 86.1% and have children. Unmarried, which is 35.5% and have children. Report, April 12, 2012.
I want y'all to hear that again about the married and unmarried.
Black men ages 15 to 44 that are married, which is 86.1% and have children.
86.4 are married and have children. 86.4 are married and have children.
Unmarried, which is 35.5% and have children. Black women ages 15 to 44 that are married, 84.8% that have children, and unmarried, which is 54.4%. And
54% of black women who are married, not married and have children. 54% are not married and have children. But yet you sit back and say we have a bunch of kids and don't want to be fathers and having kids all over the place. Y'all black queens have the power to keep a kid or not keep a kid. Y'all have 20 fucking remedies to get rid of your situation. We don't have no choice. We do want the kid, you go do the abortion, ain't nothing we can do about it. If we don't want the kid, you still had the kids and you still put us on child support. But yet, y'all say, wear condoms. Right, let's continue.
Have children. And then he wraps up by saying, consider that only approximately 32% of black men are married and 26% of black women are married. So this is where this pie chart graphic is based on. I want to thank Simon Du Bois for his keen and excellent observations. And we need to have this put out in the ether, because as I said in my previous podcast, we're entering a period with this black gender war piece where basically what's going to end up happening is more brothers are going to come through with data. And, I suggested that in the coming next few years between now.
M. Smith, yeah, you telling the truth. The numbers are a lot worse now as well, with 7% of women and that choose single motherism. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying the whole 70% are baby mama terrorists, but I'm sure 90. I'm just doing my own opinion on that. 90% of them chose single motherism and are baby mama terrorists. So yeah, that number, we definitely know that number's different, but we just talking about the men that they say that's having kids all over the place and don't want to be fathers and wear condoms. Seem like the ones should be wearing the motherfucking condoms is these bitches that's having these kids 70% of the time out and having kids out of wedlock and having kids with the wrong motherfuckers, if that's the logic they want to use. But yeah, M. Smith, you ain't lied about that.
And the next presidential election between now and the year 2020, we're going to see more and more brothers coming forward with empirical data that will actually start to question the narratives that so many, not all, but so many black women put out about black men. And one of the, common narratives is this idea that, because we always hear this from a lot of black women. Well, black women didn't get pregnant by themselves. We need to, focus on the black men that make women pregnant, blah, blah, blah. Y'all, they don't say the black men who do it. They say you black men. See, they don't get granular with it. They just, assign all black men this. So this data is very important, and there's a limitation on this data, and I'm going to point it out. You can see it here on the chart. So let's take it from the top. 43% of black men are unmarried and childless. So that's almost half. Okay. And that's represented by the orange slice on the pie chart. And the green slice is the 6% of black men that have married interracially, non-black women. All right. According to the CDC survey of 2012. All right. 24% of black men are unmarried baby daddies. Now, if you add all that up, that doesn't come out to 100%. So I put the pink slice of the pie chart here, which is 27% of black men with 3 question marks. I don't know if that was an oversight on Simon Du Bois's part or not, but just doing up the math, it didn't come out to 100%. So we still have.
Now, Michael said a good thing. The media makes black men look weak and poor. Of course they do. That's part of quote unquote white supremacy, because it is their job to make black men look bad. Hell, make blacks as a race look bad. The worst, the piece of shit. We the racists, we the haters and everything else. We the low lives. The reason why they do that, because they do want us on a total pole. But at the same time, these fake ass queen baby mama tears aid the system. That's why they're the right hands of white supremacy. Tommy said all the time, and I agree with it. I'm gonna say it because that's what they are. They are the right hand of white supremacy. These fake ass pro black simping forces are they the right hand of white supremacy too, because they don't talk about this. Like when these fake ass queens talk shit about being better fathers and all this shit for black men, these simping forces ain't gonna tell them this. They know this. They not gonna talk about this because that's gonna lose they collection plate. So yeah, that's just the reality. And I just want y'all to take heed of this shit. Salute to you, Ray. Just want y'all to take heed of this shit, because this the stigma that they want to post and put in our face on Facebook. What the motherfucker ain't paying all that shit. That ain't got nothing to do with us. That ain't got nothing to do with us that you had a kid with that wrong motherfucker. A lot of these baby mama tears, I said this a while back, a lot of these baby mama tears are not victims, they volunteers. What I mean by that, they volunteered to get a kid by this low life ass motherfucker, and she knew he was a low life motherfucker, but she thought she could change him. She thought she could groom him to be what she wanted him to be, one of them robots, and it went left. 9 out of 10, that's what happened.
27% of black men unaccounted for per the CDC survey. So if anybody out there can account for this other 27% of black men, or if we can have more accurate data, by all means post it in the comments section. That's going to be very important. But I just wanted everybody to look at this graphic because it's very important. Again, this comes from the CDC. All right. And it's very important because it puts into context, this idea that black men ain't shit. And as we've been saying here, among the brother man regiments here, on black social media, fighting our side of the black gender war, we've been saying that no, it's the black men that so many, listen, I don't take any pleasure in saying these things. I'm like Heather McDonald. Some of you will recall I mentioned Heather McDonald, who is, essentially, she's a white woman, and some would say a conservative white woman. She's a fellow at the Manhattan Institute and a contributing editor to the Manhattan Institute's magazine, the City Journal, and website. She's a prolific writer. She's written a lot of articles and books and stuff. Her most recent book is The War on Cops. She's all over the media, and to tell you the truth, and it really didn't hit me until earlier this morning when I was doing this morning's podcast and I was in post-production. It really hit me as I was getting that podcast segment prepped and ready to go for this morning, was that she's fighting this war by herself. She is single-handedly fighting Black Lives Matter.
Now he talking about a white lady that called out Black Lives Matter. I guess she wrote a book about it. I've been saying all this shit about Black Lives Matter, for them all being baby mama terrorists and hating the straight black male. And I prove these motherfuckers wrong. A lot of y'all prove them wrong. They try to say I hate women and anti-alphabet and all that shit. It didn't make me no difference because the truth was out there on their damn website. And then you saw what all the donation that they used with the $27 million for all them organizations that's in the alphabet sector. I want to give a shout out to my boy Hero. Shout out to you, Pride, for the $6 donation on the super chat. Appreciate you, my brother. Scorpio said a thing. Most black men who got kids try to go overseas, but they're not passing that airport gate. They will see you owe back lots of child support. So take heed to what he's saying, because if you do, they're not gonna let you through. Actually, they're gonna eliminate your passport as well. So take heed to that too. Let's continue.
And she's doing it with data, from the FBI and Department of Justice statistics. She's doing it with data coming from the various police departments and other researchers around the nation. She's essentially taking them on by herself. By now, we know that the narrative created by Black Lives Matter is a lie. We all know how Black Lives Matter got started. It got started in the wake of the Michael Brown shooting in the summer of 2014. Hands up, don't shoot. That whole situation in Ferguson was a lie. Michael Brown was a thief. He committed a strong arm robbery, and then he attempted to take Darren Wilson's service pistol, and shoot him with it. Those are the facts. Those are what, independent grand juries and investigations, all the way up to and including at the federal level, Obama's own Justice Department, came to the same findings. And this is very important. This is the reason why I mentioned Heather McDonald, because she's fighting against this narrative that was fomented by Black Lives Matter, which was founded by 3 black women. And, other academics have voiced their deep concerns with them. Glenn Lowry has done it. Boyce Watkins has done it. These are not the mainstream of Black America. They're not. And this is what a lot of black women will do, is they will make up stuff. They will make up a narrative. That's what the whole word narrative means. You're making up a story, the story that you tell.
And these fake ass queens are no different from this fake ass media that spreads lies. They no different. And the reason why I'm playing this, even though this ain't got nothing to do with the statistics, because you got to remember, Black Lives Matter was the ones running out there with their fists in the air talking about we support our kings and unarmed black men getting killed. Like I told you, the majority of these motherfuckers who was out there had another black man on child support, setting them up for failure and not allowed to be a father. But sit back and say that 90% of black men are having kids out of wedlock and not trying to be fathers and everything else. But the stats right here in 2012 tell you something different. Want to give a shout out to Charles Anthony for the $24.99 donation. I really appreciate you, my brother. Also want to give a shout out to Chief Rocker for the $20 donation. He said, what everybody's forgetting is the baby that are born out of the seat. Men don't talk about it because they don't want to be shamed, and women don't speak on it for fear of being called a mammy. They're already a mammy. They're a mammy. They attitude is mammy. They mindset is mammy. They ain't got to be called mammy, though. They baby mama terrorists. To me, that's worse than a mammy, but it's all the same. Yeah, she is a sellout ass mammy. But like I say, they out there talking about we support our kings, but got some man on child support, setting them up for failure under white supremacy. The same white supremacy that they so-called against. Like I told you, when it comes to everything else, they hate white supremacy. When it comes to these motherfuckers' child support and that system, I love me this white supremacy boss. That's why they the right hands. But let's continue. My boy Angry Driver said I'm one of them.
And get everybody else to believe that story without investigating the claim being made, without investigating the evidence. And we know that the Michael Brown story is not true. We know that. So that alone should completely undermine Black Lives Matter. But as we see, it doesn't. So Heather McDonald has done this really bang up job with presenting evidence. Look, I mean, it's not, pretty to say, but the reality is that Black America is beset with a raft of problems that are almost entirely internal in nature. And to put an even finer point on it, not only are they internal in nature, they're behavioral, they're cultural, and a lot of it comes from Black women themselves. That's the reason why I make the linkage between what Heather McDonald is doing with Black Lives Matter and what we're doing here in the, for lack of a better way of putting it, the Black Manosphere here on YouTube and elsewhere on Black social media. We're fighting against false narratives and lies. And one of the prominent lies over the past generation, earlier this morning I was talking about Black Gen Xers, is this idea that Black men ain't shit. And sometimes they'll segregate it out, like they'll focus on blue collar Black men. That was the whole point of Ralph Richard Banks's argument in his.
Yes, hey, like I said, if y'all see me at Cash App, please, definitely, please let me know. Let the bailiffs know. Let the district attorney know, because when I'm looking at my phone, I'm usually looking at the likes, and the likes are looking real good. 79 people up in here, 71 likes, man. I appreciate it, man. Shout out to y'all. Want to give a shout out to. Let me go back to the Cash App. Want to give a shout out to. I'm gonna call him the bank. Ria Bank. Shout out to you, brother, for the $5 donation. Hashtag fuck child support. One more time. Fuck child support. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Want to give a shout out to the Bill for the $5 donation. If men committed to a 60-day boycott of women, it will start some changes. If COVID-19 could do it, we can too. Facts. Want to give a shout out to my man MPI for the 99-cent donation for the super sticker. Appreciate you, my brother. Oh yeah. Motherfucker, we ain't playing. We cooking today.
Book is Marriage for White People, that Black women shouldn't marry down, they should marry out. And of course, right now, that's the whole, and I knew it was coming. That's the whole argument going on with Jill Scott is, we want to attack Mike Dobson, And my response to the argument is, he's unemployed. He has all these kids. She married down. This is what happens when you marry down. So my question is, okay, so if everything about Mike Dobson we're saying now is true, then why did Jill Scott marry him?
Y'all heard that, right? Jill Scott married somebody that was, I guess, a low life and wasn't shit. But just like his question, I guess he talking about Jill Scott the singer. I don't know. I don't keep up with her like that. But she's a sideline baby mama tears. I know that. But why did you, since you hide in thou and up to the skies, nose in the air, why do you come all the way down to get that piece of shit? And then when the piece of shit ain't changed or he didn't stick around with your funky ass, why would you all of a sudden call them deadbeats and lowlifes? How many of y'all that dealt with women that make more money than you or educated, or they don't have to make more money than you? They got their degrees, they work professional jobs, got their licenses, they make 6 figures and shit like that. And you may make the same, or you make less. Most likely you make less, because them the ones who mostly do it. They will get somebody to make less, talk shit about them, try to manipulate them to be like them. Or just like a baby mama told me, be like Doug. Be like Doug. I was told to be like Doug. So you try to tell a motherfucker to be like some other motherfucker, but he tell you to suck dick and die, wash his hands, move on, and then you want to call him a deadbeat, a lowlife. Yeah, they want to make a grown man a son husband. But you want to sit back and call him deadbeats and all that shit because he ain't fucking with your funky ass no more. Most of these motherfuckers that got all this money or got this education get with a pookie or a dude who make less money. He ain't got to be a pookie, but he make less money, and she want to pull him up by his bootstraps so he could be a pet. And then she want to run a household, and he's a man physically doing the labor work and doing the reverse role, but he wearing the panties when it's all said and done because she said so. Just like Candy Burris, who's married to that simp dude, when she told him, this is my money. I do what I want with my money. I run this because I make more money than you. You don't tell me not to buy my daughter, I think it was a Maserati drop top or one of them motherfuckers. And he said, don't you think she's too young at 16 getting one of them? She should get a Honda or something like that. And it made sense. But when it was all said and done, she said, nigga, you don't run this shit. It's my money. I do what the fuck I want to do. I make more than you. I'm the reason why you here. See, that's when you wash your hands, move on. Don't even marry no motherfucker like that. That's why you got to have a peace of mind, fellas. And that's what I did. I said, it's time for me to make this change, get the fuck out of here. I said, I tried. And I'm like the doctor. I did all I could do in this motherfucker. See, that was when I was a cape and simp sucker, because I'm looking at the money and and the success. Like we could be a power couple, but see, that was my fuck up. That's why you don't go in no relationship for the wrong reason. You go in there for somebody that's compatible, somebody that's just like you. You still be careful and get your paperwork and don't knock up quick and all that, and you do your investigation. But that's what I'm saying. You change the law of your mind, and you won't get in no situation like that. But that's why I tell you, the worst baby mama terrorist is a baby mama terrorist that got degrees, money, and success because they use that as a shield to hide behind, and they use that power to try to control you. And long as you got that low self-esteem mindset, thinking I need her because she do whatever, she take care of me, she give me money, she buy me what I want, then I'm not going nowhere. I'll be a fool to leave. Now you're a fool for staying. Look at the movie Thin Line Between Love and Hate when she tried to change Martin Lawrence. She didn't want him to have the club. She was like, let somebody else run the club. You keep the club, but you be under me. And he realized there was some fuck shit. Then when he left, she caused all that havoc. Now, they ain't had no kids, but she still caused that baby mama terroristic havoc. She tried to get them killed, eliminate the friends and all that. She burned up the club, all that shit, because how dare you leave somebody like me? And you know, majority of these fake ass queens, what they say? Well, only reason why he left because he couldn't deal with a strong black woman like me. So you have more masculinity. You are a strong black woman, too strong for me, motherfucker. And that's why I left. You know what I'm saying? You thought you can switch roles and you run the household. I follow you. I'm your pet. I'm your son husband. And I'm supposed to deal with you and your funky ass kids over there. You know what I'm saying? Because you got that money. And you still ain't worth shit but $5. And that's the funny part. They sit back and say, we the lower the totem pole. We're above black women. Even though they got degrees and money and stuff like that, we're ahead of black women. Black women are looked at the lower the low for many different reasons. Some legit, a lot not. But we supposed to be lower the totem pole, but yet we're above you. But y'all try to make it like we underneath you, and that's false. Even this, when it comes to this, it's false. That's why I say, men, you can't entertain the fuckery that you hear or your mama say or bitches on Facebook. They don't know what the fuck they talking about. Or on YouTube, they don't know what the fuck they talking about. Because when you say, okay, what's the record? What's the stats? Then motherfuckers say, you ain't shit. They net worth $5. Nobody want to be bothered with your funky ass. That's why you see a lot of black queens with money, degrees, success, with no man. But they got kids. And the first thing they say is, can't no black man handle me. You damn right. Nobody want to handle your funky ass. So you right. We can't handle you. We don't want to deal with no shit like you. But yet, y'all try to say we the worst motherfuckers out here? Nah, not at all. Let's continue. Because you have me preaching this motherfucker.
Why couldn't she find a man on her level to marry her? We know the reason why. Black women just won't admit it. Because the truth is, and you know, I played clips from Tom Likas who's talked about this. They've done studies on this. Fat women get broke guys. That's just the way it is. You're not going to find a Hill Harper, a John Legend with a Jill Scott. I'm sorry. That's just not how it works.
And I will say, it's not just fat women. I'm not gonna say it's fat because, like I said, I know ones with degrees that look good and fine. Hey, hell, we see it on Kevin Samuel's show. We see it on reality shows. They fine. They got good money. They popular and everything. They can't keep no man. And then the first thing they try to say, they don't want no man. Nah, it's because you can't get the man of your dreams, that high value man that y'all say y'all want. See, that's what I'm saying. These motherfuckers talk about us because they don't want to be looked at when the eyes on them. They wanted eyes on us. They don't want it looked at them because it's true. So what they do, they set us up for failure, or try to set us up for failure, and make us be the face of deadbeat, be the face of being broke, the face of not wanting to be fathers, the face of not getting married but having kids. That's why they do it, because they know they ain't shit. Why you think these baby mama terrorists lie on you fathers that want to be fathers? Shout out to you, perfect blackness, that want to be fathers, but they don't allow it. So what they do, they put you on child support. Automatically, people gonna say you're a deadbeat. Automatically. And then when they come with their sob story and play victim, a simple force or your own mama, whoever the fuck, they gonna fall for it because she's a baby mama terrorist too. She ain't shit. She part of the motherfuckers I talk about. These are the motherfuckers. They do it because they want to cover their tracks. You know the old saying, they want to cover their tracks, so they talk about you. That's why we as men, I tell y'all over and over, have to tell our story, keep your receipts, I don't give a fuck if the majority don't believe you, but somebody will, and they'll speak for you. And I'm one of them. You know what I'm saying? That's why they hate me, because I call out truth. So when the bitch over there for the Star Report said condoms and all that shit, bitch, basically, you know, we should have wore condoms, all that shit. 43% of motherfuckers are wearing condoms like a motherfucker. But y'all sit back and try to say 90% of black men ain't shit. Obama said it. The media said it. Black Lives Matter said it. All you motherfuckers said this shit. Y'all fucking liars don't know what the fuck you talking about. Just like I said about Jason Black over there. Stay in your motherfucking lane when you talking about this system and child support and black men. You don't know what the fuck you talking about. And y'all know this shit. Just like Trump said, fake news. Just like Real just said, fake fucking news. Y'all motherfuckers ain't shit. And y'all ain't never gonna be shit. That's why a lot of us going our own way, taking the red pill. We having seconds, going overseas. We don't give a fuck about none of y'all $5 worthless ass. Now the real queens, them the ones that we protect. Them the ones that are submitted to us. Them the ones we guide and teach them the way. We don't fuck with you funky ass, high level, high educated, 6-figure, license having assholes. We don't. Not over here, we don't. So now y'all motherfuckers mad because you got these black manospheres and motherfuckers ain't fuck with y'all funky asses for all the different reasons, because y'all want to set us up with white supremacy. So now you all alone. And just like Kevin Samuels and other people said, you will die alone. Even though I tell y'all that when you die alone. I don't give a fuck if you got 100 people around or you got 100,000 people around. You die alone. You know what I'm saying? That's life. But these hoes die alone because they miserable. They're angry, they bitter. And here's the thing: when these motherfuckers talking about you talking about child support, you must be bitter. I have the right to be bitter. I was done unjust. A lot of men was done unjust. But if you're a baby mama terrorist that set the man up for failure and put him on child support, alienate him, and he decided to wash his hands and move on, you don't have the right to be bitter, bitch, because you created that shit. You weren't done unjustly. It was justified, ho. Justified, ho. So that's your fault. And now he only paying you $100 in blunder mouth, and you thought he was gonna give you half of whatever you say after you put him on child support for the wrong reason. You failed, bitch. And that's just the way that a lot of you white hoes, you fail. All y'all motherfuckers fail. But you black hoes already lowered a total pole. You fail again. But then you, like I say, once again, you sit back and say that black men ain't shit. Black men don't want to be fathers. Black men are having a whole bunch of kids. But 2012 says something different. But I know y'all hoes don't read. You ain't gonna read unless you read for your boss and master and child support. I already know how y'all get down. And I'm gonna let everybody know how y'all get down, especially y'all motherfuckers. Especially you. But let me continue, because if fuck around, you won't get to finish this whole motherfucker. But I'll preach in a minute. Hold on.
Black women just refuse to admit and grapple with that fact.
Woo!
This despite the fact, going back to the CDC, despite the fact that black women are the fattest women in the country, the fattest people in the country. I mean, morbidly obese. We're not talking about pleasingly plump or, they put on a few pounds. We're not talking about that. We're talking about morbidly obese. It's a fact. Spelman College had to get involved because it was affecting their student body. I mean, this is just a fact, but black women just refuse to deal with that. And this is what we're up against in Black America. And this is the reason why I mentioned Heather McDonald and her excellent work, The War on Cops. She lists all the data and everything else, man. It's astonishing. It really, really is. It's astonishing. And, it does, I don't take any pleasure in saying this, but the truth just has to be told. So when we're being told about all these things about black men, my question now becomes, on what basis do you say this? Show me some empirical data that bears you out. And when it comes to the issue of who's having all the kids, because it's a very well-known statement of public fact and public record now that over 70% of children born in Black America are born out of wedlock. So the question has to be, who's having these babies? Well, 24% of black men are doing it. We know that at least 40% of black women are doing it. We know that. Now, that's not quite the 80-20 rule. Remember, we still have 27%, according to this, we still have 27% of black men unaccounted for. But like Tito said in the interview last night, we're looking at this through a glass darkly, and we do have anecdotal evidence and data that strongly supports the idea of the 80-20 rule theory. it strongly supports it. And here again, we're seeing evidence that's strongly in support of the idea that a smaller cohort of black men are the ones getting all these, all these baby mamas.
So when you hear about a lot of black men, that quote unquote, a lot of black men having kids by different random women, black women, it's only a small percentage. It's only a small percentage. It's not 90%, 80%. It's not even nowhere near 50%. So, like I told y'all, don't fall for the bullshit and okie doke that you see all these deadbeat ass my baby daddy ain't shit pages and all that shit. That's just the motherfucker that chose Pookie Ray Rays and motherfucker just ain't shit. That's them motherfuckers. And when you tell your truth and these bitches will say, well, my baby daddy ain't do this or my ex-husband ain't doing this and shit, don't entertain it. I ain't talking about him. I'm not that big. I'm not that deadbeat. I'm talking about the ones, the majority that does take care of their kids or does have kids and get married, 43%. that's almost half. Like I said, it's more than that now, but just saying. Let's continue.
So now we can go back to black women and say, okay, according to the CDC.
Oh, my bad. Let me give a shout out to Smokehouse. And I'm glad you said that your name Smokehouse, because we show smoking and cooking in here. Thank you for the $4.99 donation. He said, days of Sade and Anita Baker are over. There's no hope in most of these females. One more time. One more time, bro. You right, man. That's why I tell y'all the select few is the one that support and know we talk about that, do know their roles, do know the reality, did have a father. And if they didn't have somebody that's a male figure with a mindset to teach them how to know their role. Shout out to y'all.
Only 24% of black men are baby daddies, while 40% of black women are baby mamas. So clearly, not even, it's barely 1 in 4 black men this applies to. The other 75% of black men don't apply in this regard. So again,
the Cash App is right here on the bottom. It says Cash App $, Mr. Palmer D4S. And like I tell people, D4S means do for self. And that's what men have to do. We have to do for ourselves, man. We got that power. That's the Cash App.
We're talking about a small percentage of black men who y'all women like to deal with who ain't shit.
Hey, man, I'm a dumb nigga off Cottage Grove, man. He said it's Sade. Sade, not Sadie. Not Sadie. Hey, it's Sade, y'all. My bad. Yeah, you know me. I'm a dumb nigga from Cottage Grove. I don't know shit. But I know these motherfucking stats right here in 2012. I tell you that. Yeah, Sade, y'all. My bad.
So the obvious question is, why do you keep dealing with this small group of black men who ain't shit? Why do we keep seeing on the Oprah channel Iyanla Vanzant having these guys on there that have, umpteen babies by as many women and all the rest of it? The obvious question is, why do you keep messing with dudes like that? When clearly the vast majority of black men are not like that.
Right. So why would you deal with these type of dudes? You know why? Because low self-esteem, you have no value in yourself, you definitely ain't changed the laws in your mind, and you thought you get one of them that you could control them, use your money, your success as a piece to make him be who you want him to be. And a lot of them do. That's why these son husband and simp forces exist today. Your own mama build you up to be what they want you to be, a weak ass son husband ass blue pill simp. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying, man. That's why you would think that somebody with a high, so-called the look of a high value woman, black woman, queen, would deal with somebody on her level. The reason why they don't deal with somebody on their level, because a man on their level is gonna say, I don't need you, bitch. I go to the next, get somebody younger, better, and that don't have to have that much money, and they make it happen. But when it comes to these no good ass queens with high, so-called high value, they mental is low. They got issues. They got mama issues. They have family issues. And I'm not lying. I'm telling you from what I've seen hands on and what a lot of them say, and doing more investigation, that they have issues and they thought their success will make that change. instead of them trying to get therapy. Why you think Kevin Samuels always tell these baby mama terrorists in training to get some help? He ain't being funny. Even us, with the shit we had went through in the back, back in the past, upbringing, whoever, we had to get some type of help because the money ain't gonna help you. Having success ain't necessarily gonna help you because you still got that mindset of, I don't love myself. I'm angry. I'm hurt. That shit goes for anybody. Therapy, that goes for anybody, man, woman, or not. But these black ass queens gonna say they don't have them problems. They strong. They too strong. I want to give a shout out to El Negro. He said, $10 donation. He said, team no kids. I ain't mad at you at all, brother. We don't negotiate with baby mama terrorists, and you don't. You cannot negotiate with a baby mama terrorist because all they want to do is control you. And when you don't give them their way, they try to set you up for failure. Why you think they ran to the court? Just being real. Shout out to Hologram. He said, Ayana threw her hands up and said, I'm done. Y'all deal with it. Facts. She did. That's why she ain't doing her show. She's doing her last season. And she just did a Breakfast Club. She said, basically, there's no hope. She got tired of dealing with it. She was getting stressed out and everything. You can't make this shit up. She tried. She went through a lot of shit. Her background, raped and I don't think she had a father around, stuff like that, having a kid at a young age. And look at her. She got herself in order. She did what she had to do. And now she's trying to teach other women. But these black motherfucking hoes don't want nobody teaching you. They want to be able to do what the fuck they want to do. And if they get caught some bullshit, they can play victim. Me too. Gotta give a shout out to Don Blake Jr. for the $20 cash app. Appreciate you, my brother. One more time. Appreciate you, my brother. Let's continue this. This is almost about over. And then we're gonna talk about these pro-black simp that ate a system. Cause y'all just don't know. I'm gonna let y'all see some shit.
There are more black men who are married, less divorced, more stable than not. As a matter of fact, they're more so than black women are. So we have to ask, why do you keep doing this? Why do you keep messing with black men who ain't shit?
Why? Why do you mess with black men that ain't shit? Ain't that what y'all ask us? Why do we get with this certain individual? And I agree. We as men have to get our mind in order and do ask ourselves, why do we get with this motherfucker? And that's part of taking accountability. Once you take accountability, you can definitely make change within yourself, learn from it, and do what you got to do. Send you a cash app, talk to my niece. Let me see. Don Blake say, send you a cash app, talk to my niece yesterday, and it hurts my heart that she have the feminist talking point. Sorry to hear that, bro. She believes that men and women are equal. Ain't no such thing. I am try to get her together. The mom isn't a baby mama terrorist. Well, I'm glad she ain't, man. But yeah, hopefully you can. But a lot of times you can't save it. But maybe you being an uncle can make that happen. Want to give a shout out to my boy Wavy, man, for the $3 donation. He said, here from the starport, keep going, OG 100. See, that's what I'm saying. This brother's from the starport, and quite a few came on the Instagram, and I told them all, come on the YouTube. See, that's what I say. I wasn't worried about the majority of them fake ass queens, them simping forces, because I knew somebody there who ain't said nothing to them or talked to them about child support. They knew what I was talking about was true because they've been through it or they going through it. Let me reach out to this dude. Fuck these niggas. They don't know what the fuck they talking about. You know what I'm saying? And they came over. And that's just one out of I ain't gonna say million, but one out of some of the people that hit me up. That's why I say I'm gonna go on these different platforms. If they for it, the majority is not gonna be for it. But I'm gonna have just one person, guaranteed one person, one brother's gonna come on over here, unless one of them all female group bullshit, feminists. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna have that one brother come on my platform because this shit is real. Shout out to you, my brother. Julius May said, shoot, my daughter about to turn 21, and according to her, I guess she thinks she know everything. I think that's what he's saying. Hey, I told you they got that feminist ideology, because if you raised by a baby mama terrorist, 9 out of 10, and you ain't in the picture because you're not allowed to or whatever, she gonna be just like the mama. Or worse.
And that goes back to what I was saying with regard to Heather McDonald. We have pretty much my shorthand I call it Bizarro Land Black America. We pretty much gotten rid of any type of civilizing norms in Black America, and it was driven by Black women themselves. And we know that how and why it was driven, a combination of Black feminism and the welfare mind state. So now we have
That's when I talk about them going for government daddy. A lot of them have that welfare mind state to keep the man out the picture, black man out the picture. But why he out the picture, so she don't look so bad while she on welfare, it's because he didn't want to be a father. He ain't shit. No, she ran him off and alienate the motherfucker. That's why.
Culture that's completely upside down. We got a clockwork orange culture. And when you bring out any facts bearing on this, they want to kill the messenger. So I'm not surprised to see all of this backlash with regard to Jill Scott. I anticipated it. I'm not surprised one bit that none of the Black women who came to comment on my Jill Scott podcast, I'm not surprised one bit that they didn't really deal with the notable exception of like 2 or 3 Black women. But they proved the rule. The vast majority of Black women just did not deal with my argument. And I was citing again CDC and U.S. government census data. They didn't even address it. They went straight to Mike Dobson. So my question is, okay, if Mike Dobson is so beneath Jill Scott, why did she marry him in the first place? If everything you're saying about him is true, and I'm not disputing it, I concede the point. So why did she marry him? Why couldn't she get a man? Why couldn't she get a music soul child?
Because she got low self-esteem and she knows she can't get a music soul child. These motherfuckers know. They do. But they want to sit back and, it's your fault. That's why I say a lot of these motherfuckers are not victims, they volunteers. So when a motherfucker try to play victim and you know she full of shit, tell her, you're not a victim. You're a volunteer.
Why couldn't she get a Bilal? Why couldn't she get an Eric Benet type? Why couldn't she do that? We all know the reason why. But Black women just won't admit it. Black women are so committed to their fuckery that they can't admit to doing the wrong thing and commit to doing the right thing.
And then got the nerve to tell you, accept me for who I am. Bitch, I ain't got to accept you for who you are. Just like you ain't got to accept me for who I am. And instead of her saying, you know what? If I want better, I better do better. I need to lose some weight, get my mind right, get myself in order, maybe get some therapy. They ain't going to do that shit. Accept me as I am, or I can do bad by myself. I could do bad by my goddamn self. And that's why you dial on. And it is what it is. Fuck them. You know what I'm saying? And that's why they choose single motherism. That's why you got so many Black queens that are single mothers. And the majority of them chose to be single mothers. And they baby mama tears at the same time. But then you get mad when a Black man who got high standards, he changed the laws in his mind. Red pill say, I don't want your motherfucking ass. You got kids and shit. I ain't got no kids. Why would I want you? That's luggage. I don't want no luggage. Or you get mad at a brother who did do the shit, but then he woke up and said, man, I'm getting the fuck out of here. Why would I deal with a bitch that don't know her role, and I'm being a simp dad to these no good ass, disrespectful motherfuckers when I could do better by my damn self? So he out of there. So now he a deadbeat low life. He ran for his responsibilities bullshit. That's why I say you don't listen what these hoes say. That's why I say, man, you got to investigate the situation, man. Because these bitches lie to you like a motherfucker. Let's continue.
They just can't admit it.
One more minute.
So what we're going to have to do is bring data to bear. And this is something else I want my brothers to understand is because a number of them have raised this point. We're not going to convince most Black women.
Not at all. Not at all.
We're not.
Not at all. It's not about that.
The vast majority of Black women, the numbers will go right over their head.
That's right. That's right.
So the numbers are not for Black women.
No, it's not. The numbers are not for baby mama tears, queens. The numbers are for you, men, especially you Black men. So when these motherfuckers try to say you deadbeat, low life, ain't trying to be fathers, and got these pages and these fucking punk ass YouTubes that's talking about all these bad Black men out here. This is for you to know. So you don't have to walk with your head down talking about, man, he talking about me. Because when you hear about a Black dude doing some shit, what they say, it makes us look bad. No, it don't, bitch. It makes you motherfuckers look bad. That ain't me. The fuck I got my head down. I ain't never went to jail, so why would I have my head down by some black dude to go to jail? You know what I'm saying? You can only focus on you and yours. So when these bitches try to shame you, you walk with your head held high in this motherfucker because you know the truth now. Not saying a lot of y'all didn't know, but I want y'all to know what not know is this really real. This is real, fam. These bitches are liars. These bitches is doing that to cover their tracks, man. Your own baby mama Tara's doing what they doing, lying about you being a deadbeat and not letting you see your son, but tell you that you ran for your responsibility. She didn't do nothing. You know, shame you. They gonna shame you regardless, man. You pay your child support, you're a deadbeat. You have your kids more than she do, you're a deadbeat. You know what I'm saying? They want you to be one of them statistics, man. And as we see that only a select few are doing the pump and dumping and having kids. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, brothers say we gotta be on code. Yeah, we do gotta be on code. We gotta make up a code, and which is one thing is to start calling this shit out. That's one thing, and change our mental. Get ourselves in order. We have to. Shout out to Hologram for the $2 donation. He said, too bad the Queens stay silent about baby mama terrorism. BMT is my man. Yeah, they do. That's why I say you got the ones that are baby mama terror supporters. They might not even have kids, but they're not gonna break the code. They're not gonna call that shit out. The ones that do call out are on my platform that I talk to behind the scenes. They're out there doing the Lord's work as well. Them are the ones, but it's only so many. It's only select few. That's why we have to come together and build our foundation. First within ourselves and then with the brotherhood. That's what we have to do. But I know, I'm still whining. I'm still mad. I'm still bitter. But I don't give a fuck what these bitches say. And this is what I got to tell y'all.
I don't give a fuck what you think, bitch.
So I ain't worried about it because I know my truth and I know I'm telling the truth and ain't nothing you can say to make me feel shame or deflect because that's what their job. Their job is to cover their tracks. Their job is to try to set you for failure. Their job is to work for government daddy. So you don't have to no longer ask, why do they do this? Why do they do that? Because that's their job. Their job is to work for white supremacy. Since they saying this whole system is white supremacy, their job is to work for white supremacy when it comes to child support. That's what it is. But I know, I'm a dumbass nigga from Cottage Grove, but I do know the sense when it comes to this child support is shit. And a lot of y'all do too. And a lot of y'all just didn't want to put it out there because of different reasons. You don't want to make things worse than they have to be, but fuck all that. Can't get no worse than not seeing your kids and being set up for failure, paying child support that you shouldn't have to pay in the first place. And you entertain with this bullshit. So what do you got to lose? That's what Trump said. What do you got to lose? Shout out for Peaceful Pulley for the $20 donation. Shout out to you, my brother. One more again. One more time. He always supporting on this motherfucker. Just like many of y'all do. Let me get to it's only 1 minute and 19 seconds left, man.
The numbers are to enlighten fellow black men so they know what's going on here and they're better armed to deal with these conversations, big and small. And also these numbers are for people outside of Black America. When people outside of Black America find these things out, that black women largely bring these problems on themselves by messing with the worst kinds of black men, how do you think they're going to feel about funding the welfare mind state for them? Who wants to fund the fuckery of people who just keep doing the same dumb shit over and over again? Who wants to fund that?
Right.
So, basically what we're doing here is we're questioning the narrative and discrediting a lot of the black female fuckery that goes on here. That we know for a fact that a clear, simple majority of black men do not have kids and are childless. And we know that a marked, distinct minority of black men are baby daddies. We also know that they create those babies with a significant, almost twice as large cohort of black women. So once again, it ain't that black men ain't shit. No, it's the black men that you like to mess with who ain't shit.
And that's all need to be said. And that's from Obsidian. You choose that shit. You choose single motherism. You choose to give it to Pookie. You low grade your motherfucking self because your self-esteem's fucked up. And you got with the wrong motherfucker and he went on about his business. I want to give a shout out to XL Pros once again for the $5 donation. He said, for truth, should be undefeated. Facts. Facts, my brother. Also want to give a shout out to MPI once again for the $2 donation. Baby Mama Ted's University. Now, check this out. Let me go, man. I'm gonna tell y'all something else. These pro-black females are the worst Baby Mama Ted's black queen ever. And I'm gonna tell you why. It was a while back on Instagram. It was a couple years ago. Umar Johnson. A lot of y'all like Umar Johnson, and that's cool. You had a right to like Umar Johnson because, you know, he's against white supremacy and he does have a platform, but y'all know he got majority women on his platform. He tried to break the code. What do I mean by he tried to break the code? He tried to call out child support and this unjust ass system, but he talked about it on black men who are already not making money, who's under the poverty level and stuff like that. He said that you aid assisting these courts, putting the man on child support. I don't have it. I can't find it because I did this a long time ago, like a couple years ago on my Instagram. And you talk about he got so much slack from these baby mama terrorists, these black queens that support him. They was not going. He did 2 posts on his Instagram about child support and putting the black man on child support. You set him up for failure. And so many of them fake ass pro-black queens came out and said, that's one system I'm not against. One said my mom was stupid for not running the child support. My father was a deadbeat, and all of them went against him. He tried to go against the code. He tried to put it out there. But after that, he ain't put it out there no more. See, all these fake pro-black ass simp enforcers, they know this shit ain't right. But the majority of them fake ass queens support them. That's their collection plate. You got guys in it, but the majority are female, and they do more supporting than men. You know what I'm saying? So why would they want to break the code and lose money? He tried it. I give it to him. I saw for myself. He tried it. He did it twice that within the hour and did it again. Them pro-black, they like, we fuck with you and we love you, but you messed up, bro. And he saw that he was going to lose his foundation and his money. You ain't heard it no more. But the reason why I'm talking about Umar Johnson is because he has kids. I only know about the one, and he is on child support. He don't pay the motherfucker, but he's on child support. And one of his fake ass queen baby mama terrorists was alienating him seeing his daughter. And the only time he was able to see the daughter for a couple of hours, he'll see the baby with the grandmother, the child's grandmother, at a grocery store, a small fruit stand or some shit. And people think I'm lying. You can Google and look it up. So when these fake ass pro-black queens call us deadbeats, because they say that, deadbeat, low life, don't want to be fathers. And if that's your logic, then y'all following a deadbeat over there. He don't pay his child support. He don't give a fuck. He fuck child support too. You know what I'm saying? But me, you, and everybody else, since we ain't part of the raising our fist simping forces, we deadbeats. He's not a deadbeat. He actually got a baby mama test because we ride with him. Here's an example. Now, I don't know who the person is that posted on Facebook, but what they wrote, it was true. This is the one I know about. Right here. Somebody this was back in 18, and that's when I saw the post on Instagram. They titled it, that's their page, Umar Johnson is fraud. Deadbeat dad Umar. Most likely that's one of these fake ass queens. It might be the baby mama Tez that he had a kid with. Now, don't get me wrong. Let's be real. We call him a simp enforcer. He is a simp enforcer. But I'm going to read this to y'all, and this just go to show that these baby mama terrorists don't give a fuck about you, black man, even if you talk about being pro-black and saving these fake ass hoes, because they'll go against him. But the ones that support him like that, as long as he keep his mouth shut, don't mention about child support and alienating the fathers, then he good. Them fake ass queens, they gonna roll with him. Shout out to Peaceful Pulley. He's for the $10 donation. He said, I need to reach out to Mr. Palmer. I'm going on month number 2 of having my children. The mother is not in the picture anymore by choice, and I'm trying to figure out what action to take. Here's the thing. You got to have your kids for at least 6 months before you can go to court and say you want sole custody, full custody. 2 months ain't enough. You have to definitely have your proof, have your receipts. I don't know if you contact this I don't know if you talk to this motherfucker, but you have to wait at least 6 months to go back to court that you've been having these kids, that she's abandoned them or whatever. So unfortunately, you can't do it in a month or 2. You have to wait at least 6 months. At least that's how it is in Illinois. So what you can do, and I think for the majority, it's usually 6 months. Some maybe 3. Talk to a lawyer. If you got to pay $100 just for consultation, ask them what's the laws in your state. Ask them, how many months do I have to wait before I go back to court? I've been having my kids for so overnight, because you got to say overnight. That's considered having them straight. And then when you go there, you'll be able to do a 1, 2, 3, because that bitch ain't there to try to defend herself. So shout out to you, and I hope it happens, because these baby mama terrorists ain't shit. That's all you gotta do, bro. But you're gonna have to wait 6 months. Keep your receipts, have your proof that you have them. The teachers will be a witness that you've been taking them to school, dropping them off, whatever. The teachers is one witness. Because remember what the lawyer said yesterday, it got to be somebody outside your family if you need witnesses. Definitely use the school teachers. The brother said you could file an abandonment. So that's what I say. Go talk to your lawyer, or talk to a lawyer and ask him what's the can you file for abandonment now? And you won't need no lawyer for this. So don't think if he tries to say, oh, well, hire me, I could do it. Nah, you can do it yourself, or get you a get you a paralegal that deal with child support to do the paperwork and everything else. You easy as 1, 2, 3 if that bitch stay out for 6 months. But tomorrow, if you off work, go talk to a lawyer, give him $100, or it might be free, and ask him that and find out what is the how many months do you have to wait before you can do that. If you can do it ASAP, do it ASAP. But it depends on the judge and all that bullshit. What if you got an order against you, protection order against you? That I don't know. Somebody here got to talk about father. I never had a PO on me, and I never dealt with that. So that I don't know. Somebody asked that in the chat. That I don't know. But if it's false, if you could prove that, you definitely could do a civil lawsuit and sue a funky ass. You could definitely do that. But I want to read this. Whoever this Umar Johnson's a fraud, try to expose him. I think it's a baby mama terrorist, actually, probably the mama. May I present you a school example of a deadbeat dad by the name of Umar Johnson, who refused to pay child support for his daughter while he can visit her at her grandma's house. Now, yeah, this is a baby mama terrorist. My boy said baby mama terrorist set me up. Of course, that's what they do, bro. Sorry to hear that, bro. I want y'all to hear this again. May I present you a school example of a deadbeat dad by the name of Umar Johnson, who refused to pay child support for his daughter while he can visit her at her grandma's house. So you telling me, because I see my daughter at my grandma's house, I can't take her with me. I can't spend time with her. I can't be a father. I'm supposed to pay you, bitch? I ain't mad at him at all. I won't pay that bitch either. See, it's definitely a baby mama terrorist. I don't know if his baby mama terrorist or one of them mad ass hoes. You know what I'm saying? My man, the word sound terroristic. And that's what I'm saying. He could visit her at her grandma's house. Why the fuck would I want to pay you if I ain't got to? I ain't paying you shit. That's what on this, he keeping his veins cold. I ain't mad at him at all. On that, he a simp ass nigga. And I don't agree with everything he say, but when it comes to that, he doing a good job. She made it right, made it like, well, he get to see her once a week. He should be paying that child support. Fuck out of here. As a child therapist, see, here we go with these degrees. Here, see what I'm talking about, y'all? Here we go with these. As a child therapist and psychologist, Umar seems to forget the interests of his child. He practically has no bonding since he chose to be an absent father. Nah, bitch. She chose single motherism when she alienated him out the picture. And that's what I told y'all. The ones, these degrees, these licenses, these are the ones that work for family court. These are the ones that's the lawyer that's supposed to be the spokesperson of the kids. These are the ones that work for child support. These are the ones that's supposed to be your caseworker when you want to try to lower your child support. These are the ones. These are the ones. These are the ones that aid assist with the baby mama terrorism to get the money from court and the $51 billion business. These are the ones that say that the majority of black men are deadbeats, don't want to be fathers. These are the ones. She said it. And they quick to say that when you try to have a dialogue with them, the first thing they say is what? Well, I have a degree. I have a master's degree. I have a doctorate degree. So because you got a piece of shit on the wall, I don't have the mindset to get knowledge and learn for myself. I got to go to college and get all these student loan debts to go work for him. That's what I don't get about these stank ass hoes. You run to school, you get your degree, and these sip ass niggas, you run to school, go to college, paying all these debts, you got these loans to get your bachelor degree, your master degree, to work for him or even her. But I'm a dumb nigga off Cottage Grove that got my own business and shit going on, you know, running for child support and shit, making just as much as you, less stress than you, got a peace of mind, and telling truth. But this bitch says she's a child therapist. These are your manipulators. These baby mama terrorists are child therapists. When they manipulate your kid because they know how to psychological fuck a kid head up to make them hate you. You see what I'm saying? These baby mama terrorists are child therapists and psychologists to fuck a kid head up. This whole system is against you black men and white men and every other man ever. And like I said, this bitch off top is a baby mama terrorist. This bitch says she's a fucking child therapist and a psychologist and gonna say what Umar need to do and, you know, forget the interests of his child and he practically has no bonding. How can you have bonding seeing your child once a week or once a month at grandma's house or grandma's kitchen or grandma's storefront? That ain't no goddamn type of bonding. That's why I say these bitches try to use anything to shame you, make you look bad because you ain't going, you wash your hands, you ain't entertain no bitch, and you ain't trying to pay no goddamn child support. That's why I say you got to keep your veins cold, because they always gonna try to shame you, make it look bad. But let me continue. You can't under no circumstance expect the mother to let her 6-year-old child be along with you if that child has never been comfortable with you in her life in the first place. How would a 6-year-old know to be comfortable if you ain't never been around a 6-year-old? Or if you was around, but you kicked him out the picture, you ain't give it a chance. Because that's what these bitches want. They don't want the father in the picture. They only want the great Umar Johnson. We support our kings to see the daughter. And he's supposed to be a pro-black to the fullest, to the fifth power. He's supposed to be a legend. He's the king of kings. He the king of kings. And many of these baby mama terrorists follow him as long as he keep his mouth shut and don't mention nothing about his situation, nothing about his child support, nothing about him having a baby mama terrorist queen. He gonna get his money. He not gonna fuck up his, well, he tried to call it out, but he would never do that again. And then you got a baby mama terrorist that's jealous and mad. Most likely that's the mother, the baby mama terrorist mother, because she going all in saying he ain't shit and she's got degrees in therapists and all that bullshit. She said you can't under no circumstance expect the mother to let her 6-year-old child to be along with you if that child's never been comfortable with you in her life in the first place. You need to bond with that child first. How can you bond with a child when you got a baby mama terrorist dangling over her head, telling you when you see your daughter, telling you you can't see your daughter, telling you got to see them outside in the rain for 2 minutes? You know what I'm saying? That bitch sound like a lot of y'all baby mama terrorists, but these the ones with the re-raise our fists. These the ones we support our kings. These the ones that holler Black Lives Matter. These the ones say they got degrees and they got education, you know, child therapists and psychologists. But I'm that dumb nigga off College Grove, don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. But yet, y'all prove me wrong all the fucking time. All the fucking time. I want to give a shout out to Charles D. Curry for the $10 donation. Came in at the right time again. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, we cooking up in this bitch. And I'm tired of these motherfuckers sitting back talking about we the face of deadbeat and all this shit. But I also blame these politicians, especially Barack Obama. He ain't the only one that said it. Bill Clinton, but we talking about the one that's supposed to be our black brother, and he knows what it's like to be a black man, even though he was raised by his white mother, and his house was in Hawaii, not 89th and Cottage Grove. But yet y'all motherfuckers say he, black American and shit. Fuck out of here. So he decided to marry a black woman, and I don't know if the kids are his or not, but he decided to really marry a black woman who is from Chicago in the hood, and that makes him part of us. He is never one of us and never will be one of us. He's a sellout. He's no different than these fake-ass black pros is out here living a fake-ass propaganda. Y'all don't like it, and it is what it is, just my opinion. If y'all love him, good for you. I'm just saying my opinion. He ain't shit. Fuck that nigga. Yeah. Lorenzo Davis was $5 donation. He said, good afternoon, Judge Palmer. To save men's problem, what are the warning signs of a baby mama terrorist? And I don't believe it's really worth having children today. Well, it's different factors of a baby mama terrorist. And sometimes, to be honest with you, just don't know. But for the most part, ask her, do you agree with child support? Ask her, do she have her baby daddy on child support if she got kids? Ask her, is your father in her life? Ask her, can you meet the mother and the father and see if her father's a simp enforcer or if he's he's the weak one in the house. He's the son husband. Do the mama run the house? Do her mama act like a baby mama terrorist? Do her family act like a baby mama terrorist? What's her take on men's rights? What's her take on black men? Do she agree with being submissive? There's so many different factors. You know what I mean? Some of the shit is obvious. Do she love herself? Do she respect? A lot of these bitches don't have no respect. You know what I'm saying? Do she hate herself? Do she have low self-esteem? You don't want no bitch with low self-esteem because that bitch gonna take her low self-esteem out on you. And that's the ones that got degrees, make money, and psychologists and child therapists. So it's different factors though. It's different factors. So you definitely have to keep your head in the swivel, and you definitely have to not rush the shit. And that's why I say when you change the laws in your mind, you love yourself, you get yourself in order, you fix yourself, you take accountability for your fuck up and what you did. I guarantee you, and be with the right people too. I guarantee you won't be in the type of situation that a lot of us have, or you won't be in the situation again, or you might never have this situation, and because you learning from us now, you will never be in a situation. So I'm just telling you the real on that, bro. Let me finish with this child therapist. Secondly, Umar has failed to make arrangements through court or mediation if he really wants to have a fair share in quality time with his child. I really wonder what that is. First of all, let's talk about Umar Johnson. He's against white supremacy all the way across the board, even with child support. Unfortunately, a lot of these simple forces are for child support. They're against all the other white supremacy, but they are not against that white supremacy. See what I'm saying? So I give him, he not paying child support. He's not going to court because he's so much against it. If he got to go to deal with them to get his child or have some type of bond, he'd rather not get it. Just like I tell y'all, if I got to deal with this baby mama terrorist in order to have my kids, I'm watching my hands move on. It's not even worth it because you're going to get headache, sick, stroke, chronic kidney disease, high blood pressure, and everything else. Why set yourself up for failure for dealing with this stank ass hoe for every other weekend? Fuck them. Fuck them. That's why I tell you, you treat them like they are enemy, man. They ain't shit. They ain't for you. They hope you die. They hope you suffer. They hope you be broke. They set you up for failure. They hope the kids hate you and everything else. Wash your hands and move on. Let me continue. But as you can see, he loves to rant about this on video and blames everybody else but himself. See how these baby mama tell they quick to say you want to blame everybody else yourself, even though it's the truth, the reality, but yet they still say that you got mama issues, father issues, you a deadbeat, condoms. That's why I say I put that title condom. So when they come with that narrative about condom shit, show them the stats. A lot of men ain't having kids. And then 2012, they wouldn't even have a lot of kids. And even the ones that got married and had kids, that's a high percentage versus the ones that don't want to be fathers and have kids out of wedlock. Let's continue. Let me see. But as you can see, he ran on video like everybody and blame everybody else but himself. Umar seems to forget that He's created his own version of ADHD, aka Ain't No Daddy at Home Disorder. That's a good one. ADHD, aka Ain't No Daddy at Home Disorder. But she won't call out the baby mama Taz who chose SM, single motherism. That's what I say. They want to point them fingers, but don't they realize you got three motherfuckers' fingers pointing back at your funky ass? But let me continue. Umar seems to forget that he's created his. Oh, I said that. Let me see. Yeah, I'm gonna read it again. Umar seems to forget that he's creating his own version of ADHD, aka Ain't No Daddy at Home Disorder. That's a good one. With his own kids, since he lacks the self-reflection and responsibility to do what he's supposed to do. He's giving black men a bad rep. See, that's nothing. That's why I told y'all can't entertain this fuckery about giving a black man a bad rep. If he a piece of shit ass dude, that's his piece of shit ass. That ain't got nothing to do with me. Obsidian said that. Don't put us in the same box that a motherfucker in because you chose that motherfucker. So you figure that everybody else is that motherfucker. Nah, bitch. You chose that motherfucker. If that's true, you saying he's a deadbeat. You know what I'm saying? Hey, what web page you talking about, bro? She said he's giving black men a bad rep. Nah, you baby mama Ted's giving your own selves a bad rep. He ain't giving black men a bad rep. He ain't leading me. So what the fuck you talking about? And for you ladies, think twice before opening your legs for this guy. Otherwise, you'll be baby mama number 4. See, open your legs to this guy. She didn't say think twice before you open your legs to a piece of shit dude or this type of piece of shit. She said to this guy. So you can open your leg to the other piece of shit long as he's the opposite of Umar Johnson. That's why I say these baby mama Teds, you can't make this shit up. These bitches are stupid, but they got these high degrees and high standards and high morals when they just as dumb as fuck. They're easy to open. They open like windows. Them motherfuckers don't have no goddamn no standards. Why? Because they got a degree. They ain't got no motherfucking standards. They just some stank hoes with degrees. That's it. Let's see. I ain't watched this video. Let's see if he's talking about the child support or something because she showed hashtag Dr. Umar, deadbeat dad, take care of your kids, child support. I told you, these bitches are team child support. But they out there hollering, we support our kings, Black Lives Matter, George Floyd. And I hope y'all know that little girl y'all been seeing, I think she was 6 years old or 9 years old. You know he got 2 older kids, right? I just want y'all to know he got 2 older kids that he was alienated from back in Texas. The mother alienated him. He ain't seen his kids since they was like 6 and 9 or some shit like that. Google it. I ain't lying. Google it. He was alienated from seeing his 2 kids. He had a son and a daughter. They in they early 20s. They don't talk about that on the media. They only talk about the young daughter. He was alienated from his baby mama terrorists. We support our kings. This ain't right. Black Lives Matter. Y'all killing unarmed black men. Look at that. Look that shit up. Google it. He got 2 other kids, and they tell you they ain't seen their dad in over 15 years because he was alienated. But they only talk about the little girl because of the mother in Minnesota. I shit you not. But let's see if he's talking about child support or him being alienated or something. Let's see.
I think that many sisters may try to throw me under the bus in an attempt to get closer to Big Bird. After me, he probably has the second largest platform outside of our brothers and sisters in the entertainment industry. So, they're probably looking at this and they say, hey, if I throw Dr. Umar under the bus, that might get me in with him. But what they fail to realize is that Big Bird isn't interested in traditional African women with traditional African features. He doesn't do dark skin. He don't do locks. He don't do twisties. He don't do afro. He's very much European in his appeal and in his tastes. So black women who are willing to destroy Dr. Umar to try to get in with him,
I believe he's talking about, fair use, y'all, fair use. I think he's saying Big Bro. I think he's talking about Tariq Nasheed because they had some beef back then. I believe that's who he's talking about, but I want to see if you're going to mention this child support. I don't give a fuck about that bullshit, but let's see.
know how.
But you heard what he said. A lot of these fake ass queens are trying to go against him now to jump up to Tariq Nasheed. I told you these bitches are infiltrators. Like I told y'all, they would jump ship real quick. Anything to get a attention to come up and some type of notoriety. That's what they do. That's why they run to the white supremacist child support, since they say everything this system is white supremacy. Let's continue.
Far that's going to take them. Well, brothers and sisters, just because they're moving the lynching to a larger area doesn't mean that they are necessarily intimidated by the support that I may get. It may very well be the case that a lot of people have called, but not a lot of people have written letters, or maybe still further, not necessarily will there be a lot of people there Monday morning at 9 a.m. in this extreme weather that we have. So, you know, they may just want to embarrass me on a larger scale, because they're clearly willing to accommodate the larger audience. Maybe they're required to by law. I don't know, but for
my man Ali said Big Bird is white women. Oh, okay. I didn't know. I don't watch him like that, but he's saying that these motherfuckers, baby mama Ted's trying to side with her or him or whatever the fuck. I'm trying to see if you don't mention child support. If you don't mention about 3 minutes, I'm cutting it off. I ain't trying to hear all that shit.
For me, it's not necessarily a cause for celebration. I have to see what happens on Monday at 9 o'clock, and we will take it from there. And I'll know who's really for me and who's not. No, not at all. The reason I'm going to child support isn't because I don't want to take care of my 6-year-old daughter. I'm going to child support because I refuse to give money if I cannot see my child.
There we go. You heard what he said? I got that's what I want to hear. Even him got a baby mama terrorist, and he just said, I'm not finna pay child support if I can't see my kid. And that's why I say, since you going against the code. Like, well, bitch, if I can't see my kids, fuck you. I wash my hands and move on, or I ain't gonna pay the child support, or I'm gonna pay the child support, but I'm not doing nothing else. Fuck you, and I ain't taking your calls. Now all of a sudden, deadbeat, ain't trying to be a father, low life. This your pro-black Kane over here that y'all support, but you call us deadbeats. We ain't shit because we ain't got our fists up. See, that's what I'm saying. Y'all motherfuckers got to take heed to these baby mama Ted. They are not for you. They don't give a fuck about you. They don't give a fuck about your livelihood. These are your queens that y'all protect and support. You protecting the wrong motherfuckers. Let's continue. But that's what I was waiting to hear. I give it my for that. Fuck child support. Now, of course, if I talk about it now and say, hey, man, come on the platform and talk about that. Oh, no, he can't go against the code. This is back in 2018.
Not necessarily will there be a lot of people there Monday morning at 9 a.m. in this extreme weather that we have.
Oh, so, yes.
You know, they may just want to embarrass me on a larger scale.
Child support.
Because they're clearly willing to accommodate the larger audience. Maybe they're required to by law. I don't know, but for me, it's not necessarily a cause for celebration.
This is your queens, y'all. Y'all queens. Y'all queens.
And we will take it from there. And I'll know who's really for me and who's not.
No wonder he frowned up.
No, not at all. The reason I'm going to child support isn't because I don't want to take care of my 6-year-old daughter. I'm going to child support because I refuse to give money if I cannot see my child. My daughter's mother has never allowed me to spend a single day with my daughter in her 6.5 years on this planet. If I want to see her, I have to go sit on her grandmother's couch. I don't have a problem paying for my baby, but all I asked for was 1 day a week, and neither my daughter's mother or her mother, the grandmother, have been willing to let me spend 1 day a week with my daughter in 6.5.
The daughter's 6.5 years old. And all he wants is 1 day out the week. Now, you know, we want equal parenting. We want 3 days out the week. We definitely ain't getting that. He asked for 1 motherfucking day out the week, and he can't even get that. He could just sit on the grandma couch. And what the fuck the grandma got to do with it? See, that's what I'm saying. Baby mama terrorists are breeded. They're not born as baby mama terrorists. They are raised to be baby mama terrorists. So if the grandma terrorist got in her ear, and I bet you, I'm telling you, they hollering that Black Power shit. We support our Kweens. They was out there marching with Black Lives Matter and George Floyd and all that shit. Now, much as y'all don't like Umar Johnson, some of y'all do, but the ones that don't like him, simp and all that shit, I'm talking about Umar Johnson, the father, not Umar Johnson, the symbol force for black communities and black whores. I'm talking about the Umar Johnson for being a father. He's getting screwed. He's getting screwed, and he's not allowed to be in his daughter picture. Talking about he ain't seen her. He ain't been around 6.5 years, and you telling me he can't get one fucking day out the week? One day? Who would have thought, y'all? Umar Johnson, the legendary, build a school bus and white supremacy shit like that, and look what's going on now. Let's continue.
Years, she has never been with her father. So she's taken me to court to avoid working with me, to avoid letting me see my child, but yet they're up on Germantown Avenue selling veggie food, acting like they're holier than thou while keeping a little girl away from her father.
Uh-oh. You heard what he said. I'm gonna go back. Shout out to Charles D. Curry, $5. Hold your head up high. And that's what I'm saying. Y'all men, hold your head up high. It's not your fault. It's these baby mama Terry's fault. They chose single motherism. She don't want him in the picture, and 9 out of 10 is because of a fair relationship. She chose single motherism. And she thought that she could still get a check, and he can't see his daughter. He said, fuck you, bitch. I ain't paying you shit. Hey, he kept the veins cold on ice like a motherfucker. Why he ain't in jail? I don't know. Maybe she ain't going back to the courts like that. Maybe she's like, fuck it. Maybe. But still, I want y'all to hear it again.
I definitely understand when the Queens mentioned that the holier than thou court to avoid working with me, to avoid letting me see my child, but yet they're up on Germantown Avenue selling veggie food, acting like they're holier than thou while keeping a little girl away from her father.
And that's what these baby mama terrorists do. All of them, white, black, blue, or green. But I'm just talking about the baby mama terrorists that you know, we support our Kweens. She got her own business. She's independent. All these motherfucking things. She's all these motherfucking things, but she's not telling everybody that she's an alienator, that she's a baby mama terrorist, that she's setting Umar for failure for not allowing him to be a father in his life. These bitches got the power to have kids, not have kids, let you be in the picture, let you not be in the picture, put you in jail, not put you in jail, put you on child support, not put you on child support, but yet you say weirdo, evil, deadbeat piece of shit. I don't get this shit. She trying to play holier than thou, and I bet she got the dreads. I bet she got natural hair. I bet you she say she independent. She probably washed up with fucking leaves and shit. You know, they say they're African goddess. They twerk like a motherfucker says from South Africa with they lying funky ass. But I'm just saying. Wavy say he sent the cash. Let's check right quick before I press play. You can't make this shit up, y'all. Like I said, you don't, when these baby mama terrorists sit back and say y'all ain't shit and all that shit. Hey, I ain't get it, bro. I ain't get the cash out. Check and see if it went through. I don't see it because I ain't get no information. I mean, no notification.
I definitely understand when the Queens mention that sometimes domestic violence may be at play and women may keep the child away from the father for reasons of domestic violence. Unfortunately,
hey man, you can miss with that shit. A lot of these bitches be lying about domestic violence now. Domestic violence is real. It is real. But a lot of these bitches holler domestic violence be lying like a motherfucker. It be them be whooping the man ass. I got videos on Instagram where men getting their ass whooped by a woman and he trying to just refrain from and shit and leave, and they ain't letting him leave out the house and shit, beating his ass, running him over with cars and shit like that. They ain't gonna talk about that if they lying funky ass. Like I say, man, you ain't no motherfucker queen and you talking about alienating the man out the picture and you run to the courts for fair relationship, not because he didn't want to be a father and he planned the child. I'm talking about the ones that didn't choose to be a father, told you he didn't want to be a father, but you had a kid anyway, and you expect him to do all these XYZs because you hold it in thou. And then now even the great Umar Johnson ain't going, and he's a deadbeat. Fuck out of here.
I can't even agree with that because there is supervised visitation.
You already, he said even if it comes to domestic violence, he can't agree with that because they got supervised visitation. That's what I say. If he beating you like that, get supervised visitation. And have him at the police, let him see the baby for a couple hours because they ain't got nothing to do with you. Is he harmed the baby? Then that's different. Let's hear it again.
Of domestic violence. Unfortunately, I can't even agree with that because there is supervised visitation. Working in the schools and having been a child therapist, I know that fathers who have abuse issues can visit with their children at family court. They can visit with their children at the police precinct. And of course, we never want a child there. Or the parents can agree on other places for supervised visitation, like church, the community center, another relative's home. So although domestic violence is a very big problem, sisters, please don't use that as an excuse to keep fathers from their children. There's absolutely no reason to keep a dad from his child. Well, brothers and sisters, you have to also keep in mind that a lot of us black men who are kept from seeing our children, we often sometimes try to be patient because we feel that we have an ally in the family. In my case, it was the grandmother. I thought that because we had an open line of communication, that she didn't necessarily agree with her daughter, and that sooner or later, that grandma power would come into play in my situation. Let
me tell y'all about the grandma terrorists. A lot of these baby mama terrorist mother will play the role with you and say, my daughter ain't right. Shout out to Daniel Gaines. What's up, bro? That they say their daughter ain't right, their daughter ain't shit, they daughter wrong. But when it's all said and done and you go into that divorce court or going to child support and you want that grandmother to be a witness for you to tell the truth, she ain't finna side with you. She rolling with that piece of shit ass daughter of hers. She's not finna go against the code. She's not. 9 times out of 10, she's not gonna dare do that. That's the code. They don't break code. So why they smiling in your face, taking your chin, saying she ain't right, the grandbaby is suffering because of her? Well, would you be a witness and go to court and write this down and all that? Hell no, I don't get that. They support these baby mama terrorist daughter. You can't fall for that shit. And just like Charles D said, he said, give them time. They will show their true color. That's why I say you don't rush to no relationship. I even say don't even rush to the sex because she might got condoms busted or she do some type of move to permanently bust your condom and shit like that. But shout out to Charles D for the $5 donation. Appreciate you, brother. See, he thought he had somebody on his side that's in her bloodline. They ain't not, especially a bitch. They ain't finna break against the code. Let's continue though.
I wasn't kept from visiting my daughter. I was never kept from visiting my daughter. I was kept from spending alone time with my daughter outside of the grandmother's homes.
That's the same thing, bro. Okay, you go there, you see your daughter sitting on the couch, but you can't take her to your house. You can't have one-on-one time. It's the same thing, bro. So what? It's the same fucking thing. Don't try to change the shit around. It's the same thing. Control. Baby mama terrorists want control. They want to be able to dictate what you do with your child that both y'all created. Motherfucker, she still try to run the show and alienate you. You gonna only be there with the grandma in her house, not your house, not at your mama house, at her house. Control once a week, and that's all you wanted. Don't come with that bullshit. That's that simp talk shit right there. But like I said, you had to play by their rules, and I say, wash your hands, move on. Why you gotta play that by their rules? It ain't really worth it. And then they still want to shame you, call you deadbeats because you ain't going. You ain't going along to get along with their code. They know they got the power. Even these fake ass queens that holler black power, black magic, voodoo, and everything else. These the motherfucking witches and the right hands of white supremacy right here when it comes to child support.
So I was a little bit hopeful. It wasn't until I got the child support letter that the hope had expired. Again, we don't have trouble taking care of our children, but time is just as important as money. And that's our only message to Black women. Time is just as important as money. To my beautiful Black sisters, there is something that you all have to take responsibility for. And that is many Black women have friends, sisters, cousins, nieces, aunts, who they know are keeping the children from the father and they don't say anything about it. And what I want Black women to understand is when you are complicit in this war of denying children access to their father, then you contribute to the ever lessening rates of black men who marry black women. One of the things a lot of brothers are going outside of the race is they don't have other women in the community to advocate for them once the mother of their children starts playing keep away with the children. And until black women start holding other black women accountable, brothers are going to stop marrying you.
Ain't that what we basically been saying? And you hear on the manosphere and all that shit? Ain't that, my bad, ain't that what y'all been hearing all in the manosphere? And as time went on now to the 2021, ain't nobody finna marry your funky ass, because we thinking, we not reacting. We not finna just jump into the hoop like we did back in the day. We not finna be simping forces and blue pill betas no more. We ain't going. And like I said, even the great Umar Johnson is going through it with a baby mama terrorist. And I shit y'all not, they will sit back and say that I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. And this y'all king. That ain't my king. That's y'all king. Even he going through the motherfucking situation. Yeah. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Hey, hold on. Hey, Daniel, not just black men, LOS, it's men in general who don't want to get married or have kids. Now, here's the thing. You came late. This topic is actually for black queens that sit back and say that black men are the face of not being fathers and deadbeats. You know how the media do this shit, and Obama and Bill Clinton and shit like that. So I had to come with the truth on black men not getting married and statistics and shut their ass down for failure, man. Because I'm tired of hearing this shit. They talking about wear condoms. All baby mama tears ain't shit. And a lot of white men, definitely right. MGTOW was started by 2 white men anyway. So nah, motherfucker, the getting kids and getting married is all time low. But we talking about in the black perspective, since you know black men don't want to do shit and have kids and all that. Even like I said, even the great King Umar Johnson said the same motherfucking thing that I've been saying that other motherfuckers been saying for a long time. And now, like I said, these bitches need to shut the fuck up and know what the fuck they talking about. Just like I said about the nigga over there with the business. Motherfuckers, stay in your motherfucking lane and shut the fuck up, because you know what the fuck you talking about. Y'all motherfuckers are not victims. Y'all volunteers in this motherfucker. Shit. We got Face Fact up in this building. What's going on, Face Facts? What's good? I feel good today.
What's going on, Mr. Palmer?
And I feel good today,
good,
man. Good. What's good?
Yeah, I had to call in. I got to make two points real quick. Number one, I want to challenge that statistic, that 24%, because I'm willing to bet that more than half of that 24% of unmarried fathers are, I'd say 50% of that are probably alienated. So it's probably only 12% that don't even want to have anything to do with.
Oh yeah, well it's not.
And as far as the whole,
can you hear me? Can you hear me, bro?
I can hear you.
No, the 24%. Oh damn, it knocked them out. The 24% is not saying that they're deadbeats not being fathered. It just says they having kids out of wedlock. That's all. Now, how many? From what I was told, the ones that's not trying to be fathers or quote unquote deadbeats is like 10%, 10 to 15%. But that's I got to look that up again. But the 24% is just saying that they get married, they having kids out of wedlock. Not that they not take care of the kids. So no, not at all. It's just saying they not married having kids. Like we're the 24% that have kids and not married. That's all. It ain't saying that they deadbeats, not like that. But I'm just talking about their narrative saying majority of men having kids all over the place. That's not the case. I guess Face Fact will come back in. What's going on, Willie? Yeah.
What's happening with you? Yeah.
What's good, man?
Yeah. Say, bro, I want to tell you a little quick story, man. I got me a little second job. So when the white boy was walking me through the little place, like showing me around or something, I noticed this black chick, son. She got like a bitch got a fucking mohawk, son. And I'm thinking that the bitch a dyke, and I'm like, man, this bitch gonna be a problem. So once I get in there, come to find out the bitch ain't a dyke. But me and the girl were talking, and she gonna lay up there and tell me that black women got it harder than black men. I say, how? But the killing part about it is that she go home to a white man every day. ain't gonna tell me some bullshit like that, bro. Now I ain't got nothing against people dating out their race because I do it, but man, you got some nerve telling me some shit like that and you going home to a fucking white man, bro.
Man, like I said, man, these motherfuckers be lying. These motherfuckers want to put out false narratives and everything else, man. And they run to the same court. They say they're against the white man and all that shit, but you run to them when it comes to child support. So
hey, look, and come to find out, the white boy got his foot on the bitch neck. And I started laughing and I said to myself, I'm glad he got his foot on that bitch neck.
I don't see what the problem is.
Me neither. White boy got his foot on her fucking neck. Don't let that bitch make no decisions. Bitch, you can't do nothing in here without my say so.
Good.
Yeah, that's what she get though.
Good. Yeah, that's what she get.
That what the fuck she get. You ought to see this bitch, son. You ought to see her. This bitch got a mohawk, son. You ought to see this. I thought sure there was one of them stub bitches, huh?
She got a mohawk.
Got a fucking boy. She got a mohawk with a bald fade on the side, son. And every payday she coming at bitch with a fresh lining. You heard me? I'm talking about Steve Harvey shit, nigga.
Nah, man.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. And that white boy, that white boy busting them cheeks.
I ain't mad at him, and he run the show.
Yeah, I ain't mad at him either. But
Hey,
bitch,
man.
you know what I'm saying? But you gonna sit up there and talk about a black woman got it harder than a black man because that white boy got his fucking foot on your neck.
That's your problem.
You see what I'm saying?
That's you not.
Yeah, that's your problem.
And she's not a victim. She's a volunteer.
She a volunteer. And look, she got one baby with him and she got another on the way.
Oh well, that's her business.
I just found that out.
Congratulations. Gotta give a shout out to Charles D for the $5 donation. Those are the worst ones. I swear. Hey, man. Hey, y'all chime in right quick. We're gonna be on for like another 20 minutes. I'm gonna run for my child support, man. I just wanted to put that shit out there because I'm tired of this, propaganda and this fake ass news and statistics of these fake black hoes talking about some black men don't want to be fathers in the face of deadbeatism and all that shit. Stop lying, ho. That's your motherfucking problem that you had a dude with had a bunch of kids and shit. That's your business. Man,
I try to be a father to my kids, and I try to fucking help with the motherfucker that ain't mine. And guess what I get for that? The bitch put her ass in my face.
Yeah.
In every occasion. So fuck, man. I'm not even, boy. Look, I'm not about to deal with that shit no more in life, man.
And that's what I'm saying. Not even just this. We talking about a life period, man. In life.
Yeah.
Nah, you talking truth right there. But what you think about? I mean, like I say, the statistics is back at 2012. So of course, single motherism is 70%. So what's your thoughts on that? You know, with the people that want to sit back and say black men don't want to be fathers and black men having kids all over the place and low life, the deadbeat stigma. What's your thought on that?
It's some bullshit. Cause I can tell you a little quick story. I met this little chick, you know what I'm saying? Me and her hooked up or whatever. We were together about 5 years or whatever. She had a son. She had one kid, a son. He was a whole bitch ass nigga out there. You know what I'm saying? Soft as drugstore cotton. You know what I'm saying? But that's how she raised him up. But I laid up there, got in there. I put the nigga in football and shit. Whoop-de-whoop. So I noticed, like, the little dude get up to go to school. The bitch don't want to brush his teeth. He don't want to comb his hair. You know, he just put clothes on and walk out the house. So I told her about it. And she was like, just talk to him. So his daddy came to pick him up.
Right.
I told his pappy about the shit. And that nigga told me he just gonna be him. But I wanted to knock that nigga out right down the spot.
He said that?
That nigga said that shit, son. Balder got on my son ass of a nigga that was fucking living with his mama told me some shit like that. I would have got on that nigga ass.
And how old is he?
Shit, that nigga got to be, let me see. Right now, that nigga about, hold on. That nigga around about 17 right now, because my son just made 18, so that nigga probably about 17 now.
It's crazy. Man, that's crazy.
Shit crazy, son. Shit crazy, man. And then I told a nigga one day, I said, nigga, you don't like me, huh? He said, no, I don't like. I said, I don't give a fuck either, nigga. I don't want you to like me.
Wait a minute. Hey, hold on. Hold on. Shout out to Curry D for the $10 donation. My auntie worked for the prison system. Who knows what she has done? Facts. Give a shout out to Face Facts. I haven't. Oh, I had internet issues, but the truth is the system is designed to keep men, especially black men, out of the children's life. I have proof. Hey, bro, please send me the email so we could talk. You more than welcome to come on the show talk about that because I want to put out these stats because I'm tired of this bullshit stigma that these fake ass queens put out there, and as well as the system and the society and everything else. We're gonna expose all these motherfuckers. Appreciate you, my brother.
Hey, look, Dr. Palm, I want to cut you off. My last baby, she got like 6, 7 years old, boy. I ain't see her in like 3 years, bro.
For real.
Every time I call her mama, the bitch started arguing with me on the phone, you know. But the bitch should have thought about all that shit when I told her ahead of time. I said, bitch, when I leave, I ain't coming fucking back, bitch. You know what I'm saying? Now, mind you, that my daughter got autism and this, that, and the other.
Mm-hmm.
Now, hey, I know I was a great help to her. She was no fucking help to me, but I was a great help to her with her little career. You know what I'm saying? You got somebody that's gonna stay there with their kids, and while you go to work, I'm trying to cooperate with the bitch, but the bitch didn't want to cooperate with me. And then the bitch got her brother in my fucking business, and I Z this fucking ass playing with me, man.
I remember that story. I remember you telling that story. Yeah. You got to give him that fade away. Yeah, you got to give him that.
Hey, bro, this shit hurt, son. But like I was telling my nephew, my oldest nephew, because bitch played him like that. I say, bro, sometimes you got to suck it up, bro. You know what I'm saying? I know you miss your child, but sometimes you got to suck it up, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it ain't easy. It hurts, but you got
to. You got to make sure that you good. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Yeah. Because if you ain't good, your child ain't no good.
Hey, Gail say you sound like you from Louisiana. Tell her where you from.
Wow, New Orleans, you heard me?
Yep. So you right. He from New Orleans, Louisiana. He in Florida now though, but yeah,
I had to get out that old slave ass state, boy. It's fucking it's horrible down there, son.
I don't know how people live out there, man. I hear too many people say that outside of Mardi Gras, they say the vibe itself is bad. I'm like, I never been out there. I say I'm gonna go.
Bro, it ain't no bad vibe out there, bro. Them bitches just don't want to pay a nigga to work out there, bro. That's all it is.
They could,
you know, everybody get along out there for the most part. White folks, black folks, you know. I grew up around a whole bunch of white folks, bro. Them people, you know, them people ain't never did nothing wrong to me. You know, I had a few that were fucked up. You know what I'm saying? But they just don't want to pay nobody no fucking money down there, and they want to keep a nigga oppressed. And all the good jobs and shit is in the oil field. So when Barack Obama got in there, he shut all that shit down.
I'm not surprised. You know? I'm not surprised.
Oh yeah, he shut that boy. Barack Obama had me out of work too, boy. I was making almost $2,000 a week.
Damn.
Nigga shut me down, man. Cause when you go out there on that drilling rig, everything is like triple out there, son. Barack Obama shut that shit down. I had to find me a different avenue, son. It was hard for a minute, but when I came to Florida, I found me one though.
Well, that's another one of them canes they support. Just like they support
yeah.
Same shit. They support the canes who they know gonna work for them. So and people you know, mad at Miss Ali because she called that shit out back in the 80s. And it's still going on today. The shit she been saying for a long time. They hate her.
Who is Miss Ali?
Let me show who she is, man.
Yeah.
She wrote books. She's anti-feminist. She's definitely calling out these black baby mama terrorists. And
I rock with any bitch that's anti-feminist. I even fuck with Candace Owens a little bit. Fuck.
Yeah, when it comes to that, yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Cause Candace Owens hate that fucking shit, bro.
Yeah, she do. Fine. Yeah, she out here doing the Lord's work too. She still, I be sitting on her screen, doing some interviews off and on. Oh, I gotta share it. Hold on.
Oh, they drug for that woman, son.
Yeah, I'm trying to find a picture of her.
What her name? Ali what?
Shahrazad Ali, but I'm trying to find a picture of her. Hold on.
There you go. On the right.
They ain't show no picture. Hold on. Yeah.
That ain't her on the right hand side of the other page you was on. Click back. Look on the right hand side up there at the top. That's her, huh?
Well, nah.
Right where you had the cursor at. That ain't none of her?
No. Hold on. This ain't let me go to Google, man.
Yeah.
I thought this was Google. Same bullshit. But to go to her videos.
Damn, right there.
They steady doing everybody else. Oh, wait a minute. I got the wrong name spelled. Hold on. That's why.
Oh, Shahrazada.
Yeah.
Ali.
Yeah, I thought that. That's what I
You
thought.
still got it spelled wrong.
Yeah. You know me, dumb nigga off cottage. But yeah, this.
I'm telling you.
This, yeah. But I still tell the truth on these baby mama tears whores though.
Is that what you're supposed to do? That's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, this her right here.
Right.
She been going ham on these baby mama tears since the 80s. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, she's born 1954, man. She published her book in 1989, man, and had heated arguments amongst black women for the most part. You know, this shit is real. But yeah, shout out to her, man. She was doing the Lord's work, and her speeches is powerful to this day.
But black women don't know. Hey, black women don't know what they doing. All they doing is making the black race extinct. That's all them bitches done.
Yep, these baby mama they ain't shit. That's what I say. But y'all sit back trying to say it's making men look bad. Nah, you make yourself look bad. If dude out there doing all that shit, you chose them. That's your problem.
And then the nigga got Becky on his own. They want to talk about Becky trying to be black, and they mad at the nigga because he fucking with Becky.
Nah, he rather deal with Becky with less issues and bullshit than deal with your strong masculine ass. So I ain't mad at him. It's your fault.
But hey, say, bro, you ought to see how these fucking white girls look out there in Florida, son.
I heard.
It look like every last one of these fucking girls got hair to their ass, bro. This shit crazy. I ain't never seen no shit like that before, son.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
But that long hair killed me. I don't care if it's on the black bitch or white bitch. That shit killed me, son.
Man, I could believe that, man. Hey, but you know what? Hey, we finna wrap this shit up. But I tell y'all what, before we get the fuck out of here, this was definitely a good show. For anybody that got these baby mama Ted's Queen trying to make us the face of deadbeat and not being fathers and not doing the right thing, just send them this link. But before we go, I told you we set these bitches up for trial. So are they innocent? Yes, sir. Are they innocent or guilty for false accusing black men of being unfit dads and deadbeats and low life and not trying to be fathers and running for child support, when it's actuality is the baby mama Terry's Queens who run to the same white supremacy that they're against. And even if you look at Umar Johnson that got on the stand, he's told his truth about the baby mama terrorism, the fake queen. Do y'all find them innocent or guilty? Hologram says guilty. Damn, he said it twice. He said it twice. Black Gator says guilty as fuck. Yeah. JJ Green says guilty. He did. John Connor says guilty. I ain't know you was in here, bro. Perverted at best says guilty as fuck. J Ham says guilty. You already know they are guilty. Willie,
hey, I agree with the jury.
That's
guilty
right.
as a motherfucker.
Guilty as a motherfucker. Edward says guilty. Gail Locked at the district attorney says guilty.
Somebody need to tell them bitches look in the mirror.
Hey, Mr. Jap says church. I know he just came in, but church means guilty because he talk about these baby mama tears that choose single motherism. Shout out to Minister Jap in the motherfucking building. For those, I know y'all know who the fuck he is, but I'm gonna say it anyway. If y'all don't, please send him a subscribe because he's great people and he's from Chicago just like me.
Yeah, I fuck with Jap.
Shout out to the church gang. Shout out to the church, Minister Jap. Appreciate you tuning in. We cooking these motherfuckers about these black whores. But hey, Jab, we gotta link up so we can do our one-on-one session about child support, baby mama tears, and everything else. So don't forget, man.
Jab ain't got no churn, man. He ain't got no problems.
But I be on his shows off and on talking about these baby mama tears. He still talk about some of these baby mama tears like I talk about them. Ray said,
smart.
Yeah, hey, yes, sir, for sure, man. Ray says guilty and cast her ass out of the universe. You got to say there because we talking about all these fake black queens that holler we support our kings but choose single motherism and keep the father out the picture for welfare and for control and power, which they never would have. They only $5. Yeah. Shout out to who else said Don Blake says guilty. Now throw the damn case away. Yeah, you know what? Miss Ali she was MGT under Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Shout out to the NOI. Yes, anybody want to follow Jap? I know majority of y'all already signed with Jap, but the ones that don't know nothing about, please hit the subscribe to him. Miguel, like, wow, hell yeah, goddammit.
I'm giving a warning. They subscribe. They subscribe to Minister Jap page. All they sides gonna be hurt laughing at the shit he talking about.
Oh yeah, Jay Ham said Jap Palm would be dope. Yeah, I've been on there twice, I believe, so far. Man, go back in this shit, you'll see, and then we're gonna do it again. Shout out, we got to put Ramil up in this motherfucker. We got Ramil in this bitch. He said, "What's up?" He talked about the Obsidian video some days ago. He talked about on different aspects that the men are not getting married. Stop lying. You know what I'm saying? Men are doing their own thing. Y'all need to check that brother out. Please subscribe to him. For those that did not subscribe to him, that's my brother. That's also my partner when we did the Pump and Dump single. So we doing a lot of shit. We got a lot of shit going on. So please definitely subscribe to him. But I know majority of y'all already know who he is because the only reason why y'all know about me because of him and Jap and a few others. So shout out to my boy Ramil. Mr. Hall says, outstanding, brother. Right on. Guilty as hell. Same African, check it in, man. I'm just gonna say he says guilty. Same says guilty by him checking in.
Mr. Palmer.
Yeah.
You need to tell Minister Jap, let the ashy foot nigga call your show.
Let who?
The ashy foot nigga call your show.
Oh, ashy foot. I think
Yeah.
he got ashy foot exclusive though. I think he only goes to his page, man. It would be funny, but at least come on when Jap come on my page, then he could come on. That'd be cool. That'd be cool because he funny as fuck. And speaking of motherfuckers, your luxury says guilty as a motherfucker. Yes, sir. Yeah,
guilty Derek Show, man.
Yeah. This is Ramil's channel as well. Please subscribe to him. Like I say, great brother. You know what I'm saying? There's only a few real brothers in the manosphere. The rest of these fuck niggas. But it is what it is. That's why I say you stay away from niggas. Please subscribe to his page also. Charles D say BMT. But yeah, man. Any last word, man, before we get off this motherfucker? My boy Willie.
I ain't got too much to say. You said everything. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
but I'm telling y'all, little dude, right now, y'all better get a Trojan. You know what I'm saying? Don't be bad back and sharing your DNA with these fucking women, boy. You're gonna have problems, boy. Look at all this gray hair I got, man.
Yeah.
I'm only 45.
Yeah, you ain't never lied, man.
My hair don't fell out.
Well, I'm bald, but I keep it that way. But yeah, I feel you.
Yeah, but man, I had hair to my ass, so I met the last bitch. Whoa, real talk. You could go on my Facebook page and look and see I had hair to my ass, man. I try to focus that last bitch, but my shit went to falling out.
The bell says guilty as Derek. I'm gonna call him race soldier. Sentenced to a knee on a baby mama tear's neck. Facts.
So bad.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do it again. Facts.
But guess what, son? I lived in a town in Louisiana called Chauvin. You heard me?
I heard of it. I drove through there actually.
Man, what the fuck you doing down there, bro?
Oh man, running for child support, man. That's
way down there?
Huh?
Way down there?
Yeah, running for child support.
Yeah, boy, you almost in the Gulf of Mexico, man.
I know. But that was before I had the YouTube platform and shit like that. But I run for child support.
Yeah. Shit.
Hey man, I anytime you on here, man, you always make us laugh and you just keep it real at 100, man. And you've been in this situation for a long time ago, so you definitely need that.
18 years. I mean, yeah, about 15 years. My son just aged out.
Congratulations. Definitely.
I'm happy than a sissy with a box of dicks.
Stupid ass, man. All right, man. Willie, I might be on tomorrow, I'm not sure, but you know, I'm out here cooking once a day. At least coming here 5-6 days out the week. I'm on it now, man.
Man, you need to come on Friday evening, man.
I'm matter of fact, I'm supposed to be coming. I try to do the Fridays. If I miss a day, I'd rather for be doing the week, but not Friday. I try.
Thursday.
Yeah, I try to at least do it Thursday, Friday, at least Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, or Thursday, Friday, and Sunday. I try to get on, man. But nah, here you got everybody cracking up, man.
Yeah.
Charles D once again for the $5 donation says, and she can grow up hating her daddy. Shake my head, the trauma. Yeah, of course. But like I said, when it's all said and done, still watch her hands and move on, man. Just how you receive, she come back around blaming you.
Hey, they gonna blame the daddy though for the trauma.
That's why I say it don't matter. Fuck them. That's why I say it is what it is, man. It ain't your fault, man. The bitch played victim, but she's a volunteer. Fuck her. She volunteer single mother. But yeah, Woody, man, I'm gonna holler at you, man. And hey, you know, whenever you come in, the link is always gonna be for you, man.
Yeah.
All right, man. You be easy, man.
You too, big dog.
Yes, sir, man. All right. Peace. Shout out to Willie up in the bed. That's Sweet Willie in the house, man. Hey, I appreciate y'all tuning in. We had to cook today when it comes to these fake ass black queens that choose single motherism, talk all these motherfucking lies about fathers having a bunch of kids out of wedlock and fathers ain't trying to be fathers and it's his fault and all these different remedies they could have did to prevent that from having a kid before they even get pregnant, but they choose not to, and they still try to put it on you. Now you know the truth. So when a motherfucker talk that shit, the media, the baby mama terrorists, hey, Karens, whoever the fuck, or simp ass simp force, especially these black pro simp forces, let them see the Umar Johnson clip. Let them see this clip. Share it. If you got to cut it and put a little segment, put it out there. Let them know what the fuck it is. You know what I'm saying? Let them know the statistics. And that's just 2012. Wait until you see the ones in 2020. Because I guarantee marriage and not having kids is going higher than that 43%. So, like I said, I appreciate y'all timing in. We got a lot of likes and we got 137 likes and hey man, it reached the goal. I appreciate y'all because likes is free. And I appreciate that. And we're gonna keep cooking, we're gonna keep roasting, and we're gonna keep exposing these baby mama terrorists in this unjust ass system. And like I said, y'all queens can keep deflecting, come with your YouTube, your groups and deadbeat groups and everything else, but when it's all said and done, you're just trying to cover up your motherfucking tracks. That's it. But you never will, because we are exposing y'all motherfuckers left and right, because since y'all don't want to accept no accountability, we're going to do it for you. We're going to put you out there and set your ass up a failure. And I ain't forgot, you're guilty as fuck by all the people, your peers, the jury, your peers, and I sentence all you fake ass whore, queens, baby mama terrorists, life in prison without a possibility of parole. Lock the motherfucking cage and throw away the motherfucking key. And matter of fact, not only that, I I want you to get this too.
Bitch, fuck all y'all. Damn.
Yes, one more time. And you know what's the surprising part about it? I didn't get no thumbs down on this one. That's amazing. I knew I was gonna get a dislike. I didn't get a dislike this time. I'll probably get that shit, as later on. But I didn't get a dislike this time. Actually, I just got a couple more likes. 141 likes now. Because like I said, this shit is real and you can't make this shit up. So like I said, shout out to the real queens out here, the real mothers, the ones that didn't choose single motherism, that support black men, that support fathers, all fathers as a whole, men as a whole, that know this system unjust, that know all men are not deadbeat because you might have had a situation. The ones that know their roles, the ones that know what it is, that's calling out the truth and don't give a fuck about the code. So definitely shout out to y'all. Y'all definitely get my love. And I appreciate y'all just like we do. We need more women like y'all. We need more queens like y'all. We need more Mother Earths. That's our Mother Earths like y'all. But like I say, we love y'all, but fuck the rest of them. I'm Mr. Palmer, and this conversation is over. Court is now adjourned. Peace. Yeah. Court is now dismissed.
Baby mama terrorist. BMT. It's my baby mama. I'm on child support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in cold. It's my baby mama. She be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddies and doing setups. It's my baby mama. I'm on child support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in cold. It's my baby mama. She be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddies and doing setups. It's my baby mama. I'm on child support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in cold. It's my baby mama. She be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddies and doing setups. It's my baby mama. I'm on child support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in cold. It's my baby mama. She be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddies and doing setups. Round around, try to play the role, is innocent with an evil soul. In public, wearing fake hellos, behind closed doors, she rock them horns. I moved on, she wanna teach me a lesson. Can't see my kids, man, I'm stressing. Couldn't see my son to give me his present. She got married to teach me a lesson. Telling people she did nothing wrong, knowing that well since I moved on. Thought that money would keep me home. Hell no, bitch, I'm gone. I don't know what you lost your mind. Try to say my name, but I know your kind. Saying I'm a deadbeat, bitch, you lying. Fighting in court, man, I'm trying to be a father to my kids. She focus on the wrong shit, worrying about another being instead of us co-parenting. Put my kids in grown folks' business, telling them lies, bitch, you wicked. Split personality, oh yeah, you twisted. Never thought I'd go through this. It's my baby mama. I'm on child support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in cold. It's my baby mama. She be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddies and doing setups. It's my baby mama. I'm on child support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in cold. It's my baby mama. She be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddies and doing setups. It's my baby mama. I'm on child support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in cold. It's my baby mama. She be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddies and doing setups. It's my baby mama. I'm on child support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in cold. It's my baby mama. She be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddies and doing setups.
I don't give a fuck what you think, bitch. I don't give a fuck what you think, bitch. I don't give a fuck what you think, bitch.